I welcome you guys today. Understand what's important every single day is focusing that you are making sure every single day that every single day you're focusing upon a better life for yourself, because what's important every single day is focusing on growth. So when you're growing every single day, you'll focus upon something that you love to do. I understand every single day that when I really, let's say, travel or do something every single day to give a public speaking seminar, or maybe I go around the world, or maybe I do something very important, because I'm always doing something very important. I understand every single day I learn to grow. I learn to understand that every single day that I can come here in Newcastle, and I can actually come here in terms of a nice beautiful park and just land my nice beautiful busking performance right here, which is a nice free way to say, hey, I'm still doing my work, even regardless of the people out there. Because what's important is this nice beautiful video is going to go online today, and then I can actually go and do something very important today, which is my life. I promise you every single day that I focus upon making sure that I'm doing something around personal development every single day. I focus upon making sure that I do my work, because every single day you have to focus upon something greater. You have to focus upon communicational skills daily, but you have to be practicing busking somewhere around the world. And that's why I have a nice beautiful portable speaker today, because I'm a music producer as well. So I understand that I need myself a big bass speaker with a nice beautiful 50 hertz to 18,000 hertz and more, because I understand that no matter what, I understand that every single day I try to get myself 40 hertz to 20,000 hertz. But either way, I was like, what's amazing is understand every single information out there, but make sure that when you're in the sun, you have a hat, you pull your sleeves down all the way, and you pull your pants down all the way, because the sun can get very hot. You understand? But I choose to do my busking performance here, because I understand that my beautiful audio is going to be much more reflective into your ear today, and also understand that it's much better for me other than going in the shade over there and doing something else. You understand? So either way, I realize that what's amazing every single day is I focus upon making sure I'm always growing. So when I'm growing, I'm traveling around, I'm using other people's money, I'm making sure I have more time management. So the best time management skill that I can teach you is stay alone and stay with yourself. You understand what that means? I realize that it means stay with yourself. I mean, never talk to other people. I mean, if you want the best time management if you want the best time management in the world, you just have to go to the word I. You must understand, you go your direction. I mean, forget women, forget men, go your direction. You understand? Every single day, you must focus upon talking to yourself more than other people if you want to manage your time. I promise you, if you're going and running off to mama, and then to tata, and then to baba and dada, you understand? And then you run off to your kids, and then you run off to other people, and then you're always running off to other people. How are you going to have time for yourself? You understand? Or else that it's more run to yourself more than other people, and then you'll focus upon understanding why you can be free. I promise you, if you want to create financial freedom, you have to go to yourself. Or else if you want to become a billionaire, you have to go to yourself. You understand? I promise you, anything that you ever want, you can achieve it if you go to yourself and become a self-made millionaire and become a self-made billionaire. You understand? Because nobody else can teach you that. I promise you, nobody can teach you exactly how to make $1 billion, except for the ones that have actually made it. Alright, now I've already made the $1 billion, because I understand the $1 billion is my Jesus Christ. You understand? Because plastic money has no worth in this lifetime. I promise you. I promise you, they just print the money and they make it look like it's something worthy. I promise you, it's never worthy of Jesus Christ. I promise you, what's worthy of Jesus Christ is understanding that everything's worthy of Jesus Christ. But understand that plastic money is never the resort to actually becoming Jesus Christ. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is Jesus Christ wants to teach you every single day to have a better attitude and to help people much more than the plastic money you have. I promise you, when you look at your bank account, or else that's never your bank account. Your bank account is Jesus Christ's Bible. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is every single day you go and really, let's say, you never strive, you just make sure you're thriving to go and really dwell upon a better way. Because understand, every single day you go and thrive to help people, you understand why Jesus Christ helps you with the Bible and gives you all those ideas every single day. So what's amazing every single day is focusing upon making sure that whatever's happening around the world with you is the most important. You understand? You must understand that I understand the Bible completely in just the word I. I never have to read the Bible ever again because I understand the word I. You understand? I never have to live this life ever again because I understand the word I. You understand? Or so what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that when you're in the sun, you have a hat, you pull your sleeves all the way down, and you pull your pants all the way down, and put the collar shirt in terms of the collar all the way up, but in terms of put the nice beautiful collar shirts, nice beautiful attire all the way up, so it stretches above your neck. So you have to understand that the nice beautiful sun can sometimes go at the back of your neck and actually burn your skin at the back of your neck. So make sure you're pulling up that collar when you're working in the sun, because understand either way that just recently, I understand that what's amazing is that people do get sunburnt, and then guess what? I realize that skin cancer can be a big issue. You understand? I realize that although you must never make skin cancer or anything in terms of life, such as a disease or anything in life, you must never make it an issue. You must never make life an issue. You must go and solve the problems of those issues that you have. I promise you, if you have an issue today, you must say, I have no issues. I promise you, that's how you clear all the problems right now. I promise you, every single day you focus upon making sure you're just much better than yesterday. You have to focus upon making sure every single day that you're focusing on yourself the most, because I have no time for anybody else except just I. I mean, that's it. I never talk to my biological dad. I never talk to anybody anymore except I. You understand? I promise you, I may send a message here and there to somebody to just inspire them, but I never talk to them. I never try to call them on the phone. I never try to message them. I realize if they send me money, I may give them a call to say thank you. Or else either way, I understand that what's amazing is I never totally ignore people either. I make sure I listen to everybody's voices, and I go and really, really dwell upon reading from people. I love to read from everybody. I love to understand your story. I love to go online and see what you're up to every single day. But I don't have to talk to you. You understand? Or else now, if you have a business, you must understand the business of life is giving. You must understand giving your attitude. I mean, giving the content of your life. I mean, giving the nice, beautiful story that you have every single day is focusing upon making sure every single day you have leadership qualities. So you understand that I'm always giving my story every single day. I'm always showing you where I am. I'm always showing you another idea. I'm always showing you another way to speak much better. You understand? I promise you all though, that when you have a nice beautiful audio system and audio quality in your video with the highest HD resolution, you're actually doing great. You understand? Because most people never can afford, or else most people can never even afford a phone. You understand? Because guess what? Or else it's the mindset they have. You understand? Because you can afford anything if you set your mind to it. You just have to say, I can afford anything. You understand? Or else you go and live the life style that you have right now, basing it upon giving knowledge. You understand? I promise you that my only pathway for the next 72 years and more is just to give more knowledge. I just have to be giving you more knowledge so that I can really, really dwell upon a better life. You understand? I promise you, I may see whatever's coming up in the future, but understand that what's important even more than that is making sure that I go and give you much more knowledge. I have to be able to go and really find the time to do so. So when I do that, I go back to my I. I say, hey, forget the girlfriend. Forget the kids. Forget the wife. Forget the car. Forget the Ferrari. You understand? Forget traveling. Forget everything. But I want to be able to do my work forever. I want to be able to just go online and just upload one video a day. You understand? I want to be able to do that, but also make sure I have a phone so I can do my business. I can do my business on one phone today. I have 2 phones. I need 4 phones to do my business today. I need 4 phones. You understand? I only have 2 at the moment. Or is that although I can still do my business on 2 phones. You understand? Or else either way, it's affordable for me to have 2 phones right now. You understand? I realize that what's amazing is I can afford to get myself phones right now. But I choose to have this kind of phone. I choose to make sure I have just 2 phones at the moment. Or else eventually I want to have 4 phones. You understand? Or else one phone is just going to be for video work. Or else the other phone is going to be for camera work. You understand? Or else the other phone is going to be just for shits and giggles. You understand? But what is shits and giggles to me? Or else shits and giggles to me is actually journaling in my phone and going on YouTube to read something, and social media, where I can go and read something on social media and Google and go and download these applications and try something new. Or else that kind of stuff. Every single day I'm looking for ideas. So I never do anything to fool around. Or else when I talk to you, I'm never trying to fool around with you, man. I'm looking to help you. I understand that recently I sent some rude fingers to people. But is it really a rude finger? I realize this is a positive finger. You understand? But it's just what you label it. You understand? I'm sending the middle finger to people. You understand? Or is this really a middle finger? Who told you that? Who said that this is a middle finger? Guess what? Or else that's never a middle finger. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is understand every single day that people label themselves as a black nigger or a white nigger or horse manure shit. I don't know why you're doing that, man. Why are you doing that? Just because you have a certain skin color, why do you have to be offended if somebody says that you look like horse manure? Why? Say that you look like white shit too. You understand? Guess what? I realize either way, or else you must understand to never be offended about words, but play tennis with words. Or else they may say something about your mama. You say something about their tata. You understand? They may say, your mama is so fat. When she jumped for joy, or else she got stuck. Or else then you say, your father made sure that he goes and fucked the dog. You You understand? Or else either way, you must understand that no matter what, I mean, just make a funny scenario every single day. You understand? So make sure every single day you focus upon understanding to never ever get offended when somebody's talking to you, and never get offended when you say something about somebody, and never ever get offended at all about anything that I say or anything that anybody says to you. Because the moment I call you black nigger, and then you start to really get angry, and you start to get violent with me because of because of a word I said, I mean, guess what? Or else then you're trying to actually dominate my words. You're actually trying to dominate my life, to say that you're the boss of me and to zip my mouth shut. Otherwise, you're going to do something to hurt me. You understand? I mean, you can never shut me up, because what happens is I get louder. You understand? I start calling you actually black nigger even louder. You understand? Or else that you may actually go and get a knife to stab me, but I'll call the police. I then put your ass in jail for 10 years because I called you a black nigger. You understand? But guess what? Or else what's amazing is understand that you're never a black nigger, but that's only because you label yourself that. You label yourself that, and that's what hurts you. You understand? I mean, never label yourself a black nigger in the first place. I mean, just label yourself the word I. You're the word I, or else everybody's the word I, and that's it. I mean, every single day, focus upon understanding that nobody can harass you and nobody can do anything to you with words. Or as soon as people say, hey, that they're going to send somebody to kill you, and that they're harassing you on terms of the nice, beautiful knowledge in terms of the words, and then the police say, hey, you're never supposed to swear, you never swear in this lifetime because it's public nuisance, and because you're causing a travesty, and because you're doing all this, you have to realize that words never hurt anybody. Or else if I shout at you all day long, I mean, it never hurts you. I mean, do you understand? So what's amazing is if you physically abuse yourself and others, or that's when the police comes in and arrests you. Because it's never nice when you go and get your head and throw it down the window. You understand? I mean, how is that nice? I mean, it's never nice to go and stab yourself in the neck, is it? I mean, of course the police is going to come and arrest you. You understand? I mean, of course. I mean, why? You must understand that it may be your body, or it may be your body, but guess what? I mean, who's to say that you never ever go and stab somebody else? You understand? Or else that what's amazing is if you do it to yourself, and if you start stabbing yourself, or else you start stabbing other people too. You understand? Or else if I swear at you, or else it means I can swear at other people too. Or else I can swear. I can swear at people. I can swear at them. I can shout at them. I can blame them. I can do everything. But guess what? Or else what's amazing is I have to learn from it. You understand? I have to learn from it. I have to learn from the scenario every single day. I have to focus upon something that I love to do every single day, which is public speaking and making sure I do leadership every single day, and life coaching and music production and comedy and acting, and making sure I'm always talking better. But if I choose to swear in my nice, beautiful public speaking, or else you can never do anything about it. You understand? I mean, you can tell me shh, and you can tell me shh. You can tell me to shut up like that. You can shush me all you like, but I get louder. You understand? I say, you never shush me. You understand? You never shush me. I get louder and louder and louder. Or else when you start causing me violence, I get even louder. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, guess what? I get even louder. I mean, guess what? Or else then I actually start causing drama with my words. You understand? I make you try to kill me. I literally try to make you kill me. I literally try to make you go get the gun to kill me, because that's what I want. I want you to kill me. Or so what's amazing is every single day, I understand I'm never afraid to speak over people who are violent while they're actually doing violence. You understand? Although make sure they understand that if somebody's causing violence around you, or public nuisance, which is really defined as kicking people's mailboxes and also running through windows and trying to spray paint the people's property and all that, or else that's all touching something. Or else now when you're touching something, you have to be understanding to respect people's possessions. You understand? I mean, never touch their stuff. I mean, never try to touch them in the first place. Or else now, if you want to touch somebody, I mean, let them touch you first. Or else if they want to raise their helping hand to you, you can touch them now. But never try to give them a pat on the back like this or something like that. I mean, that looks like you're violent. I'm never violent, although you must understand that what's important is understand that if somebody tries to shake your hand, you never have to shake their hand either. You just say, I never want to touch you. I look rich. I look rich already. I never want to touch you, man. I don't know where that hand's been. You understand? I don't know where you've been, man. I don't know. I'm not judging. I just don't know where you've been, man. You understand? Or if you choose to touch me, I can say also, I never choose to touch you because I never want to kill you. You You understand? So what's amazing every single day is I focus upon something better. I focus upon making sure I have a greater life within every single day to go and do something I love to do, because what's amazing is growing every single day on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all these nice, beautiful social medias every single day, and focusing upon communicational skills, because every single day you communicate yourself into greatness. You focus upon giving that knowledge, because that's what Jesus Christ does every single day, and focusing upon understanding something greater is in you today. So understand, no matter what you're doing every single day, you'll focus upon understanding why you can actually be free. I promise you, although I understand that when the sun's actually beaming in your face for a bit, I promise you that you can actually get skin burnt in terms of your face. You understand? I realize, although, that what's amazing is every day focus upon understanding why you can actually do something much better, and understand that you can always cover up your nice, beautiful skin in the process, and understand why you can always go and you can wear a hat or something like that, and then focus upon doing your nice, beautiful busking performance if you like to, but just be aware that the nice, beautiful sun can actually get into your face. So what do? You have to understand the shade is much better. You have to understand the shade is much better to do your work in, or is that now, you must understand that what's important every single day is focusing upon giving people knowledge. But make sure you're taking care of your health, because if you're in the sun all day long, or that means that you're never taking care of your health then. You must understand, I'm always taking care of my health, because I understand that what's important is understanding that I can stop this video now. I can go into the shade, because I never want to get skin cancer. You understand? I never want to get sunburnt. You understand? So what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that you can do busking anywhere. But what's amazing is understand the sun is going to follow you around. You understand? Or else either way, you can even hold an umbrella. You can hold an umbrella right here, and you can talk on the microphone if you choose to. Or else now, what's amazing every single day is try to wear a hat and try to cover your nice, beautiful skin as much as you can from the sun, so that you never ever get skin burn in the face. So make sure you're always away from the sun as much as you can, but make sure you understand that for myself right here, I can actually be in the sun right here, because I understand my hat is blocking the nice, beautiful sun for now. You understand? Or else that what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that long term, you want to be able to go and really prosper. You want to be able to go and be the most spiritual you can be, because anybody who's really spiritual in life understands how to communicate daily, and they understand how to be alone. You have to be alone to understand how to be independent. You have to understand to be alone is to be interdependent, which is managing yourself and other people. So when you're managing yourself and other people, you're actually giving the knowledge. You're giving information every single day to make sure everybody is prospering. You understand? I mean, how do you prosper in life? You prosper through information giving. I promise you, there's only one path in life, and the only path that you have is to give knowledge. I promise you, the faster you give knowledge, or else the faster you succeed. So make sure that every single day that you are daily making sure that you're giving somebody something of kindness in knowledge. I promise you have to be lifting people daily with your communication to lift yourself. I promise you it's that simple. So I've been doing it for over 700 hours now. You must understand that what's amazing is I record myself doing it. You understand? I record my life as I do public speaking, and as I do anything in terms of my life. I make sure every single day I focus upon something better. And then when I do that, I make sure every single day I'm always doing better and better than yesterday through information giving. So I understand that my path is only made for me to really speak over it. I speak over you, I speak over everybody, because I understand that what's important is that I be above the crowd in some way or shape or form. Because how do I do that? I do actually something to make sure I lift you with the communicational skills. And every single day that you hear me public speak somewhere, I realize I may have a crowd. I may have a crowd around me, so I have to speak over them. You understand? Because I'm doing my work. You understand? I'm doing something I love to do. Or else every single day you must follow your heart. You must understand that Novak Djokovic right now is at the prime of his whole life in terms of tennis. You understand? But I'm at the prime of my life in communicational skills. You understand? I mean, guess what? I realize he's just as good as tennis, or else he's just as good at tennis as I am in communication with you right now. You understand? So what's amazing is understand that's the kind of nice, beautiful eliteness you need. You need to be elite. You need to be able to make sure that you're inspirational every single day and focusing upon different life techniques. Or is that when you find yourself somewhere in the park or somewhere that you want to be, you go alone and make sure that you heard. I realize make sure every single day you're just focusing upon something that you love to do. Or is every single day focus upon understanding that when you're picking a nice, beautiful spot to go and do your busking event, I mean, make sure that it's away from people and that it's a free zone. I mean, why is that? Because people complain about you. You understand? Or else now, why do people complain? Because you're the loudest one. Or else you're the most famous there, and or else they complain about that. Or else now, if you go to the beach where people are just all over the place at the beach and you start doing a busking performance there, or else they want peace and quiet. You understand? Or else either way, you're inspirational. You're inspirational for lifting people, but they don't like you. I mean, they don't like you at all. I mean, no matter what you say, or else that you may be giving them the best ideas in the planet, but they're still going to complain against you. You understand? Because you're just above the crowd. You're just the most famous one. Whereas although, you must understand, that's why you go alone. You go somewhere alone, and then that way you're going to find and figure out a better deal. You're going to be able to understand why you can actually be alone and actually have the best life in silence and be able to always manipulate somebody into growth. I mean, when you're persuading people to grow, you're never lying to them about your life. You're never lying about what you've done. You're actually exposing your life totally. Whereas now, when you expose your life totally, you'll focus upon understanding that anything that you expose is the fruit of the vine. I promise you, Jesus Christ says that whatever you speak out, you become. Whereas now, every single day, you must focus upon something greater than you. You must focus upon motivational guiding of information. So anybody who has more information than you must be going to them daily so that you can find out about them and so that you can go and focus upon growth. Whereas when you focus upon growth and doing something daily that you love to do, you focus upon making sure that you're lifting people. You have to be lifting people. You have to understand every single day. I'm always lifting people on YouTube. You have my business card over here. I promise you every single day I focus upon understanding that there's always something more to say. Do you have a question? Yeah. You can come over here and ask me. I understand either way. I'm Danny Milivojevic, I'm a life coach. So what kind of question do you have? You can step in my video over here.
Well, like how do you just make it in life?
I make it in life making sure that I grow you. So when I grow you in communicational skills, I'm making sure I'm much more of a leader. So when I give you ideas, or else that's what you need to be doing to make sure that you're growing. I mean, so that's the only way to make it.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, do you have any other questions?
No, I got to go home.
Or else either way, make sure that you grab my business card over here.
Yeah, right.
Or else I have a nice, beautiful way to give you knowledge. So you can check it out and then you can follow me for the next 72 years. So I'm always looking for somebody like you so I can coach you so you understand every single day that when you're coaching people like this, you're going to be in front of millions of people. You have to. You have to be. You have to be understanding every single day to focus upon something to make sure you're prospering and looking more beautiful and understanding to be more effective because everybody's beautiful. I mean, understand every single day. Just make sure to stay away from other people. You understand? But make sure you're following somebody online who's very inspirational.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
I thank you, bro. I thank you. Or else every single day, you can call your little baby a bro. You can call your little baby a sister as well. You understand? So every single day, you must focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, you focus upon every single day loving your life and make sure every single day that you understand that you just make it more effective for yourself to do your work. I realize that every single day you do your work, you focus upon something that you love to do, you focus on the silence in between the gaps, and then you'll focus upon understanding that the silent road is the blissful road. Or else now, if you just want to be much more happier and without people, or else that's the most blissful road. You understand? Or else although you have to have yourself, or else you are people as well, but make sure you stay away from other people and then you'll have the best life in peace. Or else now, if you just go the silent way, you may never be famous in this world though. You understand? I've seen 80-year age men and women who are 100 years of age as well, and they're very quiet, but they're never famous. You understand? Whereas now my grandfather is 93 years of age when he passes away, but I understand that what's amazing is I never pass away. I just go into a better world and understand everybody's like that. Whereas although you must understand every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what, you realize every single day that everybody in your life must be famous. You must be loud. You must be louder than everybody if you want to be somebody. Whereas now, what do I mean? I realize if you want to be famous in this lifetime, you have to raise your tone. You have to raise the tone of your life. Because if you go the silent way, or else now that's just quietness. I mean, that there is silence. So when it's just silence, or else that you'll just have the most peaceful life. But understanding that if you want to raise your tones like I am right now, or else now that is what makes you famous. You have to speak up. Or else the more you speak up, or else the more people will get to notice you in this lifetime. I mean, in a sense, so you have to be giving knowledge. You have to be giving some kind of passion that you're enthusiast about. You have to be able to understand every single day to go and really, really find the passion you need and focus upon helping people with information products in any way, shape or form. Because understand every single day, your passion is what you do at your job right now. You understand? Or now you may disagree with that. You may disagree and say that you hate your job. I never hate my job, but understand that you must never hate life in the first place. You must understand that your job has a requirement, and that's the information you have. You must understand your job is understanding that at the 9 to 5 job, I realize there's full of information there. You have to dig into that information regardless. I mean, regardless of what job it is, I realize it's information. I mean, guess what? You can succeed there. I mean, you can succeed so much in your 9 to 5 job. You can. You understand? And you can succeed so much more than everybody else there and also live the 9-to-5 job while you're actually working a 9-to-5 job. You understand? And how is really that? I mean, how do you really do that? You have to understand that it's really giving knowledge. You have to give more knowledge than everybody there. You have to be helping your supervisors and the boss much more than everybody there so that you can get promotion, so that you can have more enough money to invest that money into whatever you want, into your business, but then understand down the road that you never invest your money into real estate. You invest your money into yourself. You understand? Because real estate, I promise you, you can only ever take an extra money. I mean, that's it. Or else now, guess what? Or else you have 8,000 units, or else you may give $1 million, but then in 10 years, or else in 100 years' time, you actually get 10x the money. I mean, for every dollar you give, you win $10. You understand? Or else that's real estate. I mean, over 100 years, you make 10x your money. I mean, is it worth it? I mean, come on. I mean, why? I mean, why is real estate worth it for you? Or is real estate, real estate is just a plastic money game, man. I mean, forget the plastic money. Or plastic money is not, plastic money is never the solution for anything. I promise you, what is right now the solution is understanding YouTube and Facebook right now, and also all these social media products where you can go on social media right now and give as much content as you want. You can give as much content every single day and focusing upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, you're focusing upon giving that knowledge, because that's much more important than real estate, and that's much more important than plastic money itself. I mean, why is that? Because of legacy. I mean, legacy. I mean, are you trying to go make plastic money to have a life for yourself for this lifetime only? I mean, just for yourself? Or are you trying to make a legacy for yourself so that you can stand the test of time by giving knowledge? You can only have one or the other. I understand Grant Cardone has 8,000 units. I understand I realize he has a jet. I understand. I understand, although I have more than a jet. I have my heart. I have my nice, beautiful words. Or else my words is the jet. Or else everything that you ever want is inside of you right now, and it's really, really communicational skills. I realize the ability to really raise your voice is all the money in the world. You understand? Or else now we have the internet, or else now you have a chance right now to do business more than ever. Or else all you have to do is update people about your life. I mean, that's it. I mean, you just have to go online and make one YouTube channel and then do 1 hour a day about your life. I mean, if you don't do about your life, or else if you don't talk about your life, I mean, who else is going to talk about your life, man? I mean, in that sense, so guess what? I mean, every single day I talk about my life. I have a journal, I have a quote, I have quotes, I have journals where I write journals daily. I write journals in my nice, beautiful typewriter, and I'm just writing and writing, and I'm doing it inside my video as well. So I'm always uploading new fashion branding photos online, and I have a nice, beautiful Instagram. I mean, you can go and check it out. I have my nice, beautiful business card over here. But every single day, I'm focusing upon uploading these YouTube videos. And why am I doing that? I'm not doing it for the plastic money. I'm doing it for the legacy. You understand? I realize when I put 1 million photos online of myself and 1 million videos of 1 million hours each, I realize that's going to stand the test of time here. I realize people are always going to understand who I am and why I help people, because I never help people because of the plastic money. I help people to leave 10 million hours of video content about how to help them. Or else then I pass away, and then you guys have 10 million hours of me running around for free. You understand? I promise you that's it. I promise you that's my legacy. I work for my legacy. I never work for plastic money. Or that's why I'm doing my YouTube video today. I'm doing it for my legacy so I can help you. So that way I understand every single day that when I promote myself and my name, and every single day I'm doing something that I really love to do, I make sure I'm always recording myself along the way and looking the best I can be. So what's amazing every single day is I focus upon understanding that no matter what, I always make sure to stay away from the sun as much as I can, because I understand that sun, in terms of being on the sun, in terms of being in front of the sun for over 30 minutes a day, can cause skin cancer. You have to watch it out. I realize that every single day, I focus upon doing my nice, beautiful sleeves like this, and I promise you every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what, that you're always taking care of your health, because health is number one. Or else health is the only information of the world. I mean, you must understand that anything that's health is Jesus Christ, and the word Jesus Christ is the word I. I promise you, everybody is the word I today. You must understand, everybody's under something greater today. I promise you, when you're working, or when you're doing something that's much more than yesterday, every single day you'll focus upon a better life, and you'll focus upon inspiring people and understanding to look people in the eyes in terms of the word I, and then you understand how you can actually lift people. I promise you, every single day you lift people, you'll focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing today, you'll focus upon motivational techniques, and you'll focus upon leadership skills and qualities, and making sure that you're lifting people. You have to be understanding. You have to be understanding that no matter what you're doing today, you have to be doing something on YouTube. You have to be doing something on Instagram. I have a business card. You can come and check it out. I promise you, every single day, I focus upon understanding why I can public speak in front of a crowd, because I have the communicational skills. I've been practicing for over 700 hours now. I mean, guess what? Every single day I practice for 1 hour a day for the next 72 years. I realize that's 6 years of content I can do. I can do 6 years of content over my lifetime and more on just video. You understand? Because why am I doing that? I realize it's because of legacy. So every single day I help you and your family much more with information about how to guide them through life and how to be a life coach and how to be anything in life. You must understand that's what I do. I teach you how to do anything you ever want. You understand? Because communication skills, in terms of communicational skills, in terms of words, can help you to do that. I promise you every single day you focus upon understanding that communicational skills is the only way to achieve your goals today. I promise you there's nothing else that matters other than making sure that you're growing. I promise you every single day I focus upon understanding that's why I grow. I grow in front of people, but I make sure I'm always leading. I have to be looking at myself the most in terms of my eye, and then I go back to the eye to make sure I can communicate. But I understand either way that what's important is I can always manage to do this video just now. I promise you every single day I focus upon understanding that no matter what, that being in the sun is too much. You must understand that being in the sun to do your work is too much. So what you can do every single day is you can focus upon making sure that you go and do 1 hour of busking videos, and then guess what? Or else the second hour or third hour that you want to do or something like that, you can go into the nice beautiful shade somewhere and do it. You understand? But what's amazing every single day is if you do a busking event or busking performance in front of, let's say, a tree where there's shade around you, you must understand that your video is going to be less quality because there's more shade in your video. You understand? So it's what you want to do with your life. Or else now, either way, I'm always safe. I'm safer than sorry. I promise you every single day I'm focusing upon something that helps my life. So when I help my life daily, I focus upon understanding how I can actually be much greater than I am. I focus upon understanding how I can actually speak much better than I do. I realize I have to go and look into my nice, beautiful communicational skills every single day to focus upon which kind of ideas I can give you every single day so that you can succeed today. I promise you I have to speak in a way that I've never done before because that's what's challenging for me. I have to be able to speak differently all the time, and I have to be able to, let's say, adapt myself every single way possible. You understand? I have to make sure every single day that I'm always traveling the most I can. But if you're traveling the most you can, you're speaking up. You understand? I promise you the only way to do anything is to speak up daily and to make sure that you're communicating more. I promise you every single day you communicate more, you focus upon your life and you focus upon your nice, beautiful way of saying that your life must be growing. You must understand that either way, that every single day you're growing, you focus upon something that is much more beautiful in your life because that's the beautiful road. I promise you every single day you must set the sail into the word I. You must understand every single day you must go to you. You must go to you for all the answers. You must understand every single day I perform this nice, beautiful gig over here because I find the answers within me to give you. You understand? I give you all those answers, or if you have a problem, I'll solve it right now. I'll give it to you right now. I promise you every single day I focus upon solving more problems so that I can become more successful. You understand? I promise you when somebody has a weight issue, I tell them how I lost weight to gain weight in a way that I'm healthier. You understand? I promise you although I only ever gain weight when I realize that I get healthier. Or else now, either way, I make sure that you have to understand that there comes a certain time you lose the weight to make sure that you become healthier only. You understand? But then you make sure to gain muscle from that point. I promise you, although, that what's important is you never have to gain muscle. You already have muscle. You just have to be able to maintain your body, and you have to be able to become more spiritual than physical. You have to understand that it's never about walking so many kilometers every single day because physicality never makes you healthy. You understand? Or is that what makes you healthy is spirituality. I promise you, spirituality is something much better than physicality because who wants to carry 10 kilos a day for every single moment of their life? I mean, guess what? You never have to. You understand? But you have to carry the word I. You have to carry the word I because that's lightweight. You understand? You have to understand that anything that's physical is somebody climbing on a ladder to fix a light where they may fall off the ladder. I mean, that's physical work. I mean, stop the physical work and start understanding that when you see the light of the light bulb, you have to understand that it's inside and it's never outside. Or else physicality in terms of a 9-to-5 job is working outside more. Or else people in a 9-to-5 job tend to work outside more than inside. You understand? Or else they love to go to the nice, beautiful construction site, and they love to hammer all day long physically. You understand? I promise you, my grandfather went on the jackhammer. You understand? And boom, 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 boom. Or else now, either way, or else later on in life, I promise you, he starts to walk very slowly because his legs hurt. You understand? You must understand that when you become overweight as well, or else over time, you have to sit every 50 meters, you have to sit down. Because my grandfather is like that. You understand? So either way, you must understand that as you age, you also gain less energy if you're becoming more overweight. You understand? Or as the more overweight you are, the more you have a tough lifestyle. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is understand every single day that you can overcome your demons and that you can actually become healthier and that you can remove 47 kilos from your life right now because I've done so, but you have to learn veganism. You have to learn the information behind nutrition. You have to dedicate yourself into just go into nutrition and just go and study nutrition for the next 6 years and you'll lose 50 kilos. I promise you it's that simple. I promise you all that if you listen to me, you have my nice beautiful Instagram, and then understand what I eat, just go and see what I eat on a daily basis in my Instagram. And you'll focus upon understanding my weight loss results. Gives you a nice beautiful PDF file of everything I eat. Just go and copy that. I eat a certain amount of food. Just make sure you swap all your foods to go to those foods, and that's it. You lose all the weight you ever want because I just eat certain foods to make me do it. You know that? I promise you now I can eat all the peanut butter in the world because if I want to lose 3 kilos of peanut butter, I just remove the peanut butter altogether. You understand? I can go and eat a whole tub of peanut butter a day for the next year. I may gain 5 kilos. You understand? But then guess what? I remove the peanut butter. I've already lost 5 kilos within 4 months. I just remove the peanut butter because I understand the peanut butter is the one that's giving me all the fat. You understand? I promise you, although I understand that now I can eat some peanut butter here and there, or else I never gain weight on peanut butter. You understand? Because I can always remove the peanut butter from my life. I have other foods as well. You understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that it's what you eat which makes you overweight. You understand? I realize now, I used to be the actual individual who used to go and get the peanut butter in terms of the actual butter, which is the yellow butter. And then I used to go and toast my food as well. So that's already 10 minutes until the food is toasted. And then I have to put the butter on, and there's no nutrition on it. You understand? I promise you, that's never the way to go. But understand it's because of white sugar, and it's also because of the soft drinks that you drink, maybe. Or I never drink soft drinks, but understand it's also maybe because of the alcohol and drugs that you take. You understand? I promise you, when you're taking drugs, you're more likely to get overweight as well. You're more likely to become wrinkly and become saggy over time. Because that's what drugs do, you understand? But you have to look skin deep, you understand? I promise you, what does that mean? I promise you, it means you have to go inside and find the answers within yourself to understand that you have to be given that knowledge daily if you want to succeed. So if you want to succeed in anything of your life, you have to give the knowledge first. I promise you now, if you give the knowledge, you're successful in that already. I promise you now, if you never have the knowledge, you have to find the knowledge to give it. I promise you now, if you have all the Ferraris in the world, don't you want to go and teach how to make that? Don't you want to go and teach people to make that in their lives? Or else when you have all the money in the world, don't you want to go teaching people how to make all the money in the world? Guess what? Or else if you're successful in some kind of endeavor today, why aren't you on YouTube today teaching it? If you're successful, and if you're so successful, go on YouTube and teach your success. What are you waiting for? Guess what? Or else every single day, you must focus upon understanding that any area of success that you have, start teaching people about that success. Are you successful with your dog? Are you successful with parents? Are you successful with kids? Are you successful with kids? Are you successful as a grandfather? Are you a grandfather? You're successful then, aren't you? Why don't you go and teach people how to become a grandfather? Isn't that simple? People, you must understand that no matter what, every single day, you can always teach your success and your life story. You have a life story. You have full of experiences every single day that you can go on YouTube and teach about it. I promise you, it's just that. I promise you, the more you go and teach your experience, the more blissful you're going to have in terms of your life. Or else the more blissful you're going to be. Or else it's just that. Or else every single day, focus upon understanding that whatever you want to do, you focus upon lifting people. And that's the only definition of success every single day, is making sure that you're lifting people and understanding that you're worthy of success if you make it so. I can call you successful all day long, but if you never agree with that, I promise you that's your fault. I promise you, although everything is my fault in terms of my eye. I have to convince you of success much more. I have to understand that what's amazing is you are successful. You have to keep telling them that they're successful. But if you never believe me, you then go kill yourself. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is call yourself so successful so you never have to kill yourself. Call yourself successful even though you're a failure. You understand? Understand that you're never a failure, but if you consider yourself a failure, just call yourself successful anyway. Do you understand? You say, I'm successful in this area of life, and that's it. I'm successful in one area of my life better than all of you, and that's it. You stand for that? Go and teach it. Go and teach that then. You understand? So what's amazing every single day is focusing upon understanding that you can do anything when you set your mind to it. So go and give that knowledge daily and focus upon understanding that it's about your work. I mean, it's about doing your work daily. You have to understand every single day I have to do 1 hour. I'm always doing 1 hour of these nice, beautiful videos. You understand? Because that's what helps me daily. Or every single day that when I help you with information, I always have something to give you. I realize the people of the past, I realize they rarely give me anything. You understand? I realize they have nothing to give me because they're boring. You understand? I always have something to give you. I mean, I realize every single day you come up to me on Instagram or something like that to talk to me, I'll send you a new quote. I'll send you my new journal. I'll send you my new video. I'll send you something. You understand? I always have full of presents. You understand? I make sure every single day that I'm always happier. So when I'm happier every single day, I'm focusing upon more knowledge. I give more knowledge every single day to understand a better life for myself. You understand? Because life can get very tough. I promise you. I've been there. I've had a tough life. You understand? I was a forklift driver. I was a cigarette smoker, and I was overweight, and I was a drug addict. You understand? I had $20 in my pocket every single day. I promise you, that's it. I promise you, what a tough life, huh? I promise you, which woman wants me when I have $20 a day in my pocket? I mean, which woman? I mean, guess what? What's amazing is understand that I have to now always find ways to make money. I understand that now if you want to make money, you have to create more time in your life. I promise you now, time is what you need. You never need the money, you need the time. You need to be able to have 24/7 free time to do your life. I mean, forget the 9-to-5 job because the 9-to-5 job takes away from your time and day. You understand? You need to have 24 hours of the day just for you. I mean, that's it. I mean, 24 hours of the day just for you, I promise you, and never hang around with anybody else. I promise you, they're never there for you. I promise you, they're never there for you because they'll never walk your steps. I promise you, are they increasing your legacy today? I promise you, I will never increase your legacy. I'll give you ideas upon that. I'll give you ideas upon how to increase your legacy, but I never walk the steps for you. I mean, guess what? I mean, who's your true friend in that scenario? You. You're your only true friend. I mean, are you increasing my legacy today? I mean, how are you my true friend then? I mean, how are you my true friend when I'm walking my own legacy? I mean, how? You're never there for me, really. You may be there for me spiritually, though. You may give me an idea. You may give me an idea that I grab and it helps my life. Spiritually, you can be there for me. I promise you, everybody's there for you spiritually right now. I promise you that people who hate you are there for you spiritually right now. You understand? I mean, anything that's very silent today is also spiritual. You understand? I promise you, anything that has sounds today is spiritual. I promise you, the air you breathe is spiritual. I promise you, the image that you see right here is spiritual. You can never grab it. You can never cause me violence in this image. I mean, how can you grab my image? You can never grab it because it's eternal. You understand? So every single day, you are made in the image of God. You understand? Because that's what the Bible says, and that's what I believe. I promise you that what's amazing is believe that this world is spiritual. I mean, believe in the word I. I mean, believe in your word I. You must understand, the word I is the only way to go. I promise you, the stronger your I, the stronger your legacy. I promise you, that's how you really, really develop your nice, beautiful lifespan, and that's how you really have a longevity for you. You understand? I promise you, every single day, you must understand that whatever you want to do, you can focus upon understanding every single day to lift people, and then you understand why I do what I do. I do what I do because I understand every single day that I prosper by making sure that I lift everybody around I up. I have to be lifting myself up all day long so I can go and really, really convince people of a better way of life, because that's how I convince myself of a better way of life. I understand every single day that I'm never annoyed in terms of my I, but I understand that what's important is every single day focus upon understanding why you learn from your mistakes and then go and do something that's much more appropriate. I mean, you understand? So every single day you focus upon doing something, you focus on doing the best you can do one time, and then focus upon understanding that there may be something better for you. You understand? I promise you that although you must understand that every single day, focus upon understanding that there's always something better to do than what you're doing today. I promise you there's always a better way, and there's always a safety net, and there's always an insurance company that you can join. You can join your insurance company. I promise you the only company that you have to be today, and the only brand that you have to actually be, is yourself. I promise you, that's it. You just have to understand your face is the company. Your brand is the company. You are the actual brand. You are your own company and business, and mind your own business. Just mind your own business daily. I promise you have to go toward yourself to understand that. You have to understand that nobody's there for you really except you. I'm there for you spiritually. I promise you, although physically I mean that nobody is there for you physically. You understand? I promise you, spiritually, I'm always here for you spiritually. I'm always here to help you spiritually with ideas so that you can walk your steps. You understand? I promise you, although you must be going to those people who are much more spiritual than you. You must be going to Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ is very spiritual, and I realize he's still more spiritual than me. You understand? I promise you, although it's because of his habits. You understand? So every single day I try to level Jesus as much as I can. I try to become Jesus Christ in spirituality every single day because I understand that what's amazing is helping people with communicational skills daily, because when I encourage you to succeed every single day, and when I say I love you, I do love you, I promise you, you feel much more motivated by that. You understand? Because I do love you. I promise you, every single day you must understand when I give you something because I understand how to give. I understand how to really succeed daily. So when I succeed daily, I focus upon understanding every single day that I can go and do something that I love to do. I promise you, every single day I focus upon understanding why I do what I do. I promise you, every single day I focus upon understanding how I can give you more information today than ever before. You understand? I focus upon making sure that I'm delivering more content today than ever before. I need to be pushing more content into you. I need to be pushing more ideas into you, because if you're wasting time with other people without having a YouTube channel and without pulling your Instagram onto public mode, I promise you, then it means that you have no business. Even though you have a 9-to-5 job, you have no business. You understand? Because the 9-to-5 job is never your business. You are your business. You yourself are your business. I promise you, every single day you must focus upon understanding that. You must focus upon understanding that whatever you want today, you can achieve it as long as you go to yourself. I achieve anything and everything in my life today because I go and seek out the information. I seek out the information and then I do it. I do the information that's given. I promise you, when Jesus Christ says, never cut the eye out, I never cut the eye out anymore. I listen to Jesus. You understand? I always use the I in every sentence now. I use the word I. I understand that's how I lead my faith. I lead the faith of God. I promise you, I lead the faith of everything when I understand how to really go Jesus Christ. I promise you, every single day you focus upon a better life. You focus upon something that you love to do. But make sure every single day you understand that communication skills, in terms of communicational skills, is the way to understand how to do a 12-hour video every single day. You just have to keep connecting those words together. I promise you, it's that simple. I promise you, if you want to do a video every single day of your life, you can. I promise you, if you want to do something that you've never done before, you can do it to communicate it only. You can communicate that. Or else now, if you have never done something in your life, or else it's because you never spoke it out of you. You have to speak it out of you. You have to understand that you have to go and do it with your communicational skills, and that's that. You have to say, I'm doing it. I'm going now. I'm doing it now. I have to go all the way. Go all the way then. Or else if you want to do it, go all the way. But go in Jesus Christ's name and follow Jesus Christ's 10 commandments while you're doing it. You understand? Because the 10 commandments of life will teach you the basic disciplines of life. I promise you, it's the most simple disciplines in the life, which is thou shalt not steal, and thou shalt not murder, and thou shalt not kill people. You understand? I promise you, thou shalt not kill at all. Never kill anything. You understand? Because that's the 10 commandments. I promise you, although, you must understand that Jesus Christ says to the nice, beautiful disciples, you can throw... Oh, thank you, boss. Thank you. I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, you're just making sure every single day you focus upon understanding that I have a complaint over here. So every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what, I always understand why people complain. I understand every single day they complain. I just get louder. You understand? I get louder. So every single day, I try to listen to them. I try to listen to them as much as I can. But then I understand either way that I just do something much more. You understand? I do something much more because they just never love Jesus. I promise you, they hate Jesus. You understand? I promise you all that every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what I do, I focus upon understanding that you can speak about religion, you can speak about sex, you can speak about women, you can speak about anything you ever want in front of the haters. You understand? You speak about anything you want, because never ever let other people try to rule over you through communication. You understand? If they're telling you to shut the fuck up, you fucking raise your voice. You understand? I promise you, that's how it is. If you tell me to shut the fuck up, I get louder. I never shut the fuck up. I promise you have to kill me to shut me up. I promise you, that's how it is. I promise you all that every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what, that you never ever try to physically abuse anybody, but try to physically abuse them through spirituality. You understand? I promise you now, when I abuse you through spirituality, I'll give you Jesus Christ. I'll give you religion. I'll give you pornography. I'll give you everything. I'll give you that about everything. You understand? I'll talk about drugs. I'll talk about how you're doing drugs and how you're supposed to get off it. And you're never supposed to get off it. You get off the drugs, cuz. I can see you doing drugs. I mean, get off the drugs. I understand? I mean, I want to offend you. I want to offend you. I want you to physically abuse me. You understand? I want you to understand every single day I'll abuse you through spirituality every single day. I'll make sure I say everything under the blue moon to make you jealous so that you can kill me. You understand? Because I want to leave this world. I promise you, every single day, I'm never afraid of anything. But I understand that either way, when somebody raises their voice over me, I have to go and really listen to what they said. You understand? I have to hear them out at first. And then once I hear it and I see what they're actually saying, I promise you, then I just speak over them all the way. I promise you, if they're so negative about what I say, I promise you, when they're raising their voice above me, I promise you, then I make sure I focus upon understanding that when somebody's over there and saying, fuck, I mean, another religion guy, fuck, guess what? I realize now, either way, I promise you that they're just causing let's say, a disturbance over here, but there's no disturbance really. Or else it's just to scare you, you understand? Because now, I mean, how am I really understanding where that individual is going to go now? Or else that individual may go to the police now. But then the police comes here, but I never shut the fuck up. I never shut up at all, because what's amazing is never shut up when people tell you to shut up. I mean, if you want to do something, you can do it freely. You understand? I promise you, it's a free world. You can say whatever you want to do. I promise you, that's amazing, isn't it? I promise you, although people never trust my communicational skills, you understand? I mean, guess what? You never have to. I promise you, go do your life. I mean, go believe somebody who's in jail. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is focus upon understanding that you believe only Jesus Christ. You believe only in Jesus Christ, and that way you understand every single day to go and focus upon something better than you. Or there's always something better than you in life. You must understand, there's always something much more that we can do. You understand? I promise you every single day that if you believe that you're at the peak of your lifetime now, you have to be even better in 10 years' time. You understand? I promise you that's how it is. I promise you every single day I have to focus upon understanding that life can get really tough if you're not giving information. I promise you, if you are somebody right now who is not getting on a video camera to start developing themselves and to start giving people knowledge on a video camera now, then you suffer for that. Because I want your face on a video camera. I want you to love yourself all day long. I thank you. I promise you, every single day I focus upon understanding that when you look yourself in the mirror, I promise you can also look yourself in the video. You understand? You can also take more photos of yourself. You can also take yourself out somewhere. You understand? But make sure you're going inside always. I have a 6 p.m. curfew. You understand? I must be indoors by 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. I must be indoors. You understand? Because that's the kind of schedule I have throughout my lifetime. I promise you, there's no business for me at night time anywhere. You understand? I mean, where? Where can I go? I promise you, I can go anywhere. I can do my business anywhere. But I choose to be inside. You understand? Because I understand I am my only friend. I'm my only friend around here. You understand? I promise you, everybody else is wasting my time. You understand? I promise you, I realize they may have ideas, but I go to certain people for ideas. I go to Jesus Christ only for ideas, and that's that. I mean, you understand? I have mentors. I have 50 mentors as well. But Jesus Christ information is the only one that actually fulfills me, really. You understand? Because there's eternity in that information. Or else Jesus came back to life after 3 years, in terms of after 3 days, after his passing. And the angels show up in front of a woman and say, hey, Jesus Christ is over here, but he's just understanding that we are the angels of life and we came to tell you the good news, that Jesus has risen. Do you understand? I promise you, 2 women, do you believe those 2 women will lie? Come on. What is amazing is understand that everything that happens in the Bible happens for a reason. But understand that Jesus Christ goes to the disciples and says, throw in the nets to catch the fish. Or else now, guess what? Or else that Jesus Christ says that, but does Jesus Christ do it physically? I promise you, Jesus Christ never does it physically. You understand? So what's amazing is learn by Jesus Christ to never catch the fish. You understand? Never try to catch the fish because the disciples are catching the fish. You understand? The disciples are catching the fish. But guess what? You must understand that in those times, or else they have to eat food. But guess what? Or else they have to eat food. But guess what? Or else there's a better way to eat food, always. Jesus can also say that, hey, you can eat something from the actual ground or something like that. So what's amazing is understand that no matter what, that it's just honest. You understand? I promise you, although you must understand that it's the kind of scenario where you can teach that Jesus says over here that you never ever catch physically. I promise you, because Jesus is not the one throwing in the nets. I promise you, Jesus is just saying that you can throw in the nets then. Or else Jesus is just allowing them to do it. Or else now, what did Jesus eat? In the Bible, it never says what Jesus eats. I promise you, it never specifies really what Jesus does eat. You understand? But I believe, really, that Jesus is a vegan. because it never ever states anything other than Jesus. You understand? I realize that what's amazing is understand that Jesus Christ says, thou shalt not kill. I promise you, either way, you must understand that every single day that God allows you to do what you want to do. Every single day. So focus upon understanding that you never ever be the one throwing in the nets to catch fish. You understand? I mean, never try to hurt anything in the outside world. But yes, or else Jesus says you can throw it in. But what did Jesus really say in those words? I mean, who said that? I mean, you have to understand that what's amazing is understanding that those words that I speak, I mean, we never even know really what words we are speaking except the word I. I mean, I is the only word that you have to know. I can say anything other than I, and guess what happens? You never really understand me, do you? You have to understand the word I only. I promise you, as soon as I speak the word I, promise you, that's how you understand you're eternal. You're only ever eternal when you're speaking the word I love you. I promise you, although you must love everything inside of you, you must love everything outside of you, you must never ever cause damage into the outside world. Or else if you're not going to go kicking the tree, I mean, never go kicking the dog, or kicking the snake, or kicking the fish as well. I mean, why? I mean, because it's so obvious. I mean, if you're not going to go kicking that, I mean, never go kicking your friend either. You understand? I mean, never go kicking anything and eating anything in the outside world. You must understand that what's amazing is eat inside. I mean, eat yourself. You understand? I mean, understand that's the best way. Approach the best way is inside. You understand? I promise you, what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that you go and really, really try to dwell a better way. You understand? I mean, what is the best way to eat? I promise you, the best way to eat is more information. I promise you, more information. You need more information to give is how you eat. You understand? You're eating through giving. You understand? I promise you now, when I read something, I have to do it. I mean, when you're teaching me for thousands of years, I am then yet to do it. I am now doing it as long as you're teaching me. You understand? I promise you, when you teach me, I grab the idea, I start taking the step. I start doing the idea. So that's why I read. I read to get those ideas so that I can go and grab it and then better my life. I promise you now, books are full of wisdom. I promise you, books are full of spirituality where people are helping you right now. I mean, you can go and dwell in any book that you want and you'll learn something. You understand? I promise you, although, just be careful that you understand that you must go and grow yourself. You must understand that you can make anybody your mentor, but learn from the ones that are more consistent with the information and they've done more, you understand, than everybody else. I promise you, if you want to stand out, I realize that nobody's stopping you. I realize nobody's stopping you from having a great legacy today. I promise you, you just have to choose to have a great legacy every single day. You have to choose to give knowledge more than others. You have to choose to give more knowledge than other people, and you have to do it yourself. I love to do this myself now. I never need other people's help to be able to speak. I can speak all day long now. You understand? I can speak, but I love to be in front of people doing it. You understand? But I understand complainers. I understand the fuck. I understand fuck. I understand, guess what? I say fuck as well. You understand? I understand either way. I realize it's that kind of world, isn't it? You understand? I realize every single day, focus upon understanding why you can succeed every single day. You can't succeed if you choose to love yourself. You understand? I mean, choose to love yourself all day long and understand that either way, you use the Apple Watch to understand what the time is, and in terms of life, you understand that no matter what, the time is now. You understand? I realize that Apple Watch can also tell you the nice, beautiful degrees of the day, but understand either way that the word I will tell you the most. I realize you just have to understand to recognize a nice, beautiful scenario every single day and focus upon giving a better attitude. I promise you, when you're giving a better attitude, you understand that no matter what, you're just speaking up, you're helping people more. Or I can swear at you all day long as I'm teaching you. I have to be teaching you something. Or now, swearing alone never teaches anything. You understand? I promise you, swearing alone doesn't teach. But teaching with swearing does teach you. You understand? Or now, if you want to swear at people, you swear at them to teach them something. I promise you, now it's value. I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding why you can actually go and lift people. I promise you, need to be lifting people every single day. You need to focus upon spirituality. You have to understand every single day that the spiritual world that you're living in right now has information to give you. You have to understand everything's giving you information today. So you have to be able to understand that it's that kind of eternal world that we live in right now. I promise you, this is eternal right here. As long as you're living in the communicational world. You understand? I promise you, now the communicational world is inside. I promise you, anything that's inside is eternal. I promise you, the outside world is never eternal. You understand? I promise you, the outside world never exists. I promise you, there's nothing outside that you ever need. I promise you, now everything that you ever need is inside. You understand? You never turn to the outside world for anything. You just turn to the inside. You understand? Because the inside, or else when you go inside, you'll find the 10 Commandments of life. You find Jesus Christ. You find the God. You find eternity. You find bliss, you'll find peace and quiet, you'll find everything you ever want. I promise you, it's all inside right now. I promise you, there's nothing out there for you. I promise you, there's only inside that you can go and find yourself. Or else you'll never find yourself in other people. You'll only ever find yourself with yourself. You understand? I promise you, that's how it is. I promise you now, nobody else is going to teach you how to speak except for you. You were once 1 year of age, and then you learned to say apple by yourself. You understand? You said apple by yourself. You understand? Or else nobody taught you how to say apple. You understand? Or else you taught yourself how to say bike. You taught yourself how to say bicycle. You taught yourself how to say excellent. You taught yourself. Or else nobody else taught you. You understand? Or else now, if you want to learn more words, you have to speak them out the first time. You understand? Or else now, that's how it is. Or else you are learning on the go by yourself. Or else now, those people who are much more recognized in life are the ones that are doing more. You have to be doing more to be much more in recognition of yourself, to respect yourself daily, and to love yourself with all your heart. Because every single day you go and do something that you love to do, you focus upon understanding that you can. You can always do something that you love to do. I mean, go and focus upon understanding that no matter what, that every single time I do my nice, beautiful busking performance now, I focus upon understanding that I only ever do it 30 minutes in the sun and that's it. You understand? Because I want to take care of my skin as well. I promise you, although, learn from my mistakes. You understand? I promise you, although, that this video may go for however long. But guess what? I realize it's just one time. You understand? I promise you, although, I have Pitt Street Mall in Sydney where I can go and have shade over there at least. You understand? I have shade and I can do my busking performances in front of massive crowds. You understand? I promise you, I can always do my busking performances. But guess what? I want to be able to make sure that this time round, I do it in a better place. You understand? I make sure every single day I focus upon understanding that I want to take care of my skin. You understand? Because I understand that when the sun is burning on your skin, I promise you it's never good. You understand? I promise you, although, you must understand that every single day you focus upon understanding to get healthier throughout life, and then focus upon understanding to learn from people's mistakes. You understand? Because now I understand that either way, I have a shade over there. I can go and sit in the shade and I can relax. You understand? I can still do my videos. You understand? But guess what? I understand that I love to be on the microphone also. I realize it's just that kind of day. You understand? I realize that either way, I realize that I'm always lifting myself through communication because other people are never going to lift you. You must be lifting you. I realize now, if you want to lift yourself, you have to give me information. You have to give more information to lift yourself. In year 18 years of age, you must understand, when I was 18 years of age, I was never ever giving that much information. I realize it's only at 25 years of age that I wrote my first book. You understand? I started my quote books at I started my quote books at 25. I had 3 quote books at age 25. You understand? I mean, 3,003 quotes at age 25. I'm age 28 now. I have 32 quote books. I have 32,000 quote books in terms of 32,000 quotes now after 3 years. You understand? When I was 25 years of age, I had 3,000 quotes. 3 years later, I made another 29,000 quotes. Understand? So my information is growing. You understand? I started my journal at 25 as well. I'm 28 now. I have 3 years of journaling now. You understand? What's amazing is I started my videos at 25 also. Now I have over 700 hours of video content. You understand? I mean, 3 years later, and I have over 700 hours of content after 3 years. I mean, do you understand? So every single day I'm focusing upon understanding that after 3 years now, I have 1,400 hours of videos. You understand? Every single day, I focus on understanding that every single year, I post 365 hours of content online. I promise you, every single day, I focus upon understanding that there's always a better world, or there's always communicational techniques that you can go and grow yourself right now. But what's amazing is understanding that you have to read, that you have to grow more than you read. You have to be giving content right now. I'm giving content. You have to be doing the same thing. Or is that you may be you're actually reading me right now, but you have to understand that when I'm talking like this, I'm giving the content. You have to be talking to give the content. You have to be speaking up with your words. You have to understand the words that you say is the talking. Or else now when you're talking much more, you understand why you have a great legacy. I promise you now, Jesus Christ has to write the Bible because that's how you teach. You have to write something down, like Jesus Christ. You have to write your own Bible down. If you want a great legacy, I promise you have to go and write it down. You write it down on video, you write it down on audio, you write it down in a physical book or a quote, electronically. I promise you now, it's the electronic way. I promise you, you forget the physical books. Forget printing them, because what's amazing is you save the trees as well. You save trees when you save a lot of trees when you never physically print your books anymore. Or if you want anything in life, you have a nice, beautiful digital way to do it, and try to make more ebooks today And then focus upon understanding that every single day you have a quote book. I mean, every single day you can always do something to really help inspire your life. You guys can check out my business card over here. I have a nice, beautiful business card, but every single day I focus upon understanding that every single day I focus upon growing. I promise you, when you're growing every single day, you'll do something much better. I promise you, that's how it is. You always focus upon something that you love to do. I promise you, that's it. I promise you, that's all you have to do every single day is focus on the road that's the best road. I promise you have to go the best way. You have to have the best life. You have to have the best looks. You have to understand the best way of giving. You have to understand anything that's the best is always the greatest way. You understand? I promise you go the greatest way and then you'll find the best way. I promise you every single day I focus upon communicational skills. I focus upon digging deep, and that way I find what I need. You understand? Because anything that's raising their sound over you is just trying to manipulate you. You understand? I promise you they're trying to be above you. You understand? But guess what, Orals? They never can be above you in communication. You can talk louder than me. Orals, now, guess what, Orals? What's amazing every single day is try to talk over people as much as you can. I mean, try to talk over them because guess what? You are much more positive than them. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is understand that every single day that if you try to talk over me, I'll tell you go away because I have something to do. You understand? I mean, go talk somewhere else. You understand? All right, I promise you that's it. I mean, who says that I have to listen to you? You understand? I promise you now, if you're coming here on my show to talk over me, you never will do that again. You understand? I promise you, I've had some people who do, or else they come here to just criticize me negatively, and I have to stand around for 30 minutes to listen to them. I promise you, that's 30 minutes of my life. I promise you, although you must understand that this time when somebody negative comes up to me, I never have to talk to them. You understand? Although you must understand that what's amazing is I move away from the violence. I move away from physical abuse. I move away from people I move away from people who can actually physically abuse me. I move away from people who actually are looking at me in terms of the eye and they're giving me the eye gouge, and they have a pool stick and they're drunk. You understand? Or else they're giving me the eye gouge as well. I move away from those people. You understand? Because they're pointing fingers at me for doing something. You understand? So what's amazing is focus on understanding that people will try to guilt you into what you've done. A person will say, take off your video, because if you don't, I then may cause you violence. You understand? Or they try to threaten you by physical abuse. I mean, if you want to threaten people, you threaten people through communicational skills only. You say somebody else is going to kill you if you touch me. You understand? I promise you, I'll call them right now. I'll call them right now. I mean, if you touch me, I swear somebody's coming to kill you. You understand? Because that's just words. I promise you, that never hurts anybody. You understand? I mean, that's a smart way. But if you say, I promise you, if you never say this, then I'll shoot you right now with this gun. I promise you now, guess what? Or else it's still words, isn't it? But or else, what do you say? Or what do you do now? You say, guess what? I mean, get the gun and shove it up your ass. You understand? I promise you, that's it, because they never actually physically abused you yet. Or else now, anybody who threatens you is never really threatening you spiritually. You understand? But if they're threatening you, they're doing it physically. You understand? Or else now, when they're with Jesus Christ, or else that's a threat. I mean, that's really a threat. Or else that's them saying that they're going to kill Jesus. Or else when somebody is hitting you physically and trying to stab you, you must understand that what's amazing is understand that you run away. You run away from those people. But understand every single day that you never run away from your own communicational skills. You must be able to talk while they're trying to do it. I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day focus upon a better life and a more peaceful life, but understand that anybody who's stabbing you is also threatening you. Understand? Anybody who's physically abusing you today is actually threatening you. Or now, this is never a threat, because this is something that's spiritual, because I'm talking to you right now. I'm not hurting you. I mean, guess what? Or if you're hurt by my words, or that's because you're weak. You understand? I realize every single day the weak people are ones that get offended. You understand? I mean, they get offended about life. Or else you have a better girlfriend and they say, give me your girlfriend, because if you don't, you understand? I mean, that's the same guy as, for example, or else that's the same scenario as somebody coming up to you to say, hey, take off your YouTube video because you said this. I mean, that's like them saying, hey, give me a girlfriend because you have her. I mean, how does that work? You understand? I promise you, although you must understand every single day that if you look at those words, or else they are jealous of you in those words. You understand? I mean, guess what? Or else if I say to you, you must understand every single day that I'm always lifting people. You understand? I must understand every single day that anybody who is jealous of you has some critic about you, understand? Or else they're actually judging you negatively, understand? So only be lifting people, and then you'll never ever be negatively judging anybody, understand? So that's how you really grow. You grow through different aspects of being the best you can be every single day. But I understand every single day I focus upon making sure I'm always loving life. I have to be loving life to the fullest. I have to be understanding every single day I focus upon doing my life to the best of my ability. But I understand that sometimes when you're talking, or else people will come grab your technology and smash it because you're talking. You understand? And now that's them physically abusing you. You understand? But guess what you do? You say, hey, it's just a phone. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's just a phone. I'm just doing Jesus Christ work over here. I mean, why do you need to go and do that to me? You understand? I mean, guess what? Or else every single day, focus upon understanding that you never go touching people's content. You understand? Because what's important is understanding that if you're trying to defend something physically as well, or else you're putting your life on the line for it. I mean, never ever try to physically destroy somebody's content. I mean, never try to physically go into somebody's phone and delete what they've done. Or else, why do you want to go into my phone when I've been doing this nice, beautiful video over here while you try to do something to eliminate it? I never want to eliminate my content. Or else, why do you? You understand? I mean, if somebody tries to grab my content now and somebody tries to grab my phone, or is that what the best thing I can do is try to save my spiritual aspects in the phone. Because that's something that's worth it. You understand? I mean, what do I do now? I make sure I understand that I can go and defend it because of the spiritual aspects. I die for it. You understand? I die for the spiritual aspects of this life because I understand that either way I go to a better world. You understand? I mean, if you want to grab my speaker, I mean, go and run off with it. I never care about the speaker. I care about what's in my phone right now because that's something that I've done. I've done some nice, beautiful content in there. I've actually, that content can help people. I'll die for that. Or if you try to steal my phone, I'll grab you. You understand? I'll grab you because I'll never grab you. I'll grab the phone. You understand? I'll try to grab my phone off you because that's something that's spiritual, or there's spiritual content in there that can help people with my ideas that I've just done in this video. Or now, if you try to grab my phone and try to steal it from me, I'll run after you as much as I can because I need to get my content. Or if you try to give me my business card, or if you try to get my nice, beautiful portable speaker, I mean, go ahead. I mean, go ahead. I always have my phone. You understand? Or else it's never because of the phone, or else it's because of the spiritual content in the phone. You understand? I may have 1,000 photos of myself in the actual phone, so I die for that. I mean, never try to steal my phone when I have a photo of myself in that phone that I have to upload online. I'll die for one photo of myself in my phone. Or else if I have one photo that I still have to upload online, but you come to my head and you say, give me a phone so that you can delete my photo, I never give you my phone. I never give you my phone. I mean, who do you think you are? I mean, what for? I already gave you my photo. You understand? I need to upload that content. You understand? I have to upload the content. But guess what? Or else that's how it is. You understand? I promise you, that's how it is. I promise you every single day, you can never steal my content from me. You can never ever steal my content. I promise you, I'll defend it with my life. I promise you, I have over 700 hours of videos online. I'll never let you grab it off me. I'll die for it. You understand? I promise you every single day, focus upon understanding that every single day you can always do something much more. You can always give more content. You can always be the best version of yourself. You can always help people every single day. So focus on understanding that information is the way for your life. I promise you, your life is something of information right now, but you have to be giving that story of yours to understand the greatness. You have to understand greatness is in you right now if you give it. I promise you, it's just that simple. So understand every single day, you make a nice, beautiful topic in a video and then start talking for 1 hour and practice and practice and practice upon what you love to do. I promise you, although if you want to understand comedy, for example, you must understand that when people go asking people in a subway about cars, you must ask them the question about why did I love a car so much? You understand? I promise you, although, you must understand that's the funny aspect. You understand? I realize when you go and see a woman who's kissing a man, you say, why aren't you kissing next to the dog? I mean, why not? I mean, you understand? I mean, guess what? I realize that's a funny aspect, isn't it? Or how about, for example, when you see a nice, beautiful man and you say, why aren't you with a man? I mean, guess what? I realize either way, I realize it's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's so funny. I mean, why does he have to be with a man? But it's just a question. You understand? I promise you, although, I promise you, there's always something more that you can say, but you follow with a statement and then you say a question. Or else now, two men are walking together, but then this husband goes up to them and says, why isn't my woman with you? Or else now, that's funny, isn't it? Or now you can make stories. You can say, or is there one duck came to a dog and said, "Why isn't my snake with you?" I mean, guess what? Or else that's funny. You understand? I mean, that's really funny. You understand? I promise you every single day that when you're really doing something, you must ask yourself questions. You must ask every single day to focus upon understanding that it's really easy to do comedy. You just have to be doing statements and questions. You do stories and questions. Or else I see a man walking, or else either way I go up to him and I say, "Why are you wearing that shirt for?" I mean, isn't that funny? I mean, that's funny. I mean, that's hilarious. You understand? Because I'm asking a question. You understand? I promise you when you're asking questions, or else that's a learning way of smartness. You understand? Or else now when you see a busking performer and then you understand, you go up to him and say, "Why are you wearing your hat today like that?" I promise you that's funny. I really love that. You understand? I really love that because that's something funny. I mean, understand that. I mean, when I go up to your husband or wife and I say, "Why did you marry her?" I mean, that's funny. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, why did you marry him? I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's funny. I mean, every single day, focus upon asking questions because it's funny. You understand? I promise you, that's how you teach humor. I mean, why are you walking like that, sir? I mean, that's so funny. I mean, in a sense, so every single day, focus upon understanding that you can always ask people questions. You can go and do whatever you want. But spirituality is where you win. You have to understand that recently I went into Yellow Pages recently, which is a nice book where I go and find these numbers or business numbers and I send them all these messages. And I was doing it for 6 hours. I sent 239 photos in terms of photos and messages to each of them. And guess what? I realized none of them go into my nice book for YouTube. Although, guess what? I realized that some of them may, but the results never ever adds up for me. I realize, although you must understand that 7 of them reply, "Fuck off." And this one says, "Hey, you must go into a mental health institute." You know, yes, you must understand either way that every single day I'm always funnier, but you must understand that your mental health institute is inside. You understand? I promise you, although that what's amazing is focus upon understanding that those people who really, really run amok are the ones that love spirituality. You understand? I mean, focus upon understanding why you can actually go and do anything you ever want when you really realize that if you want to embarrass people, you embarrass yourself only. I mean, if you want to fool anybody, you fool yourself. You understand? I mean, never try to fool other people. I mean, try to fool yourself only. You understand? I promise you, when you try to fool yourself, I mean, try to learn from it. I mean, never ever fool yourself. I mean, try to understand to never be confused about yourself. I mean, try to understand yourself first before you understand your wife and husband. I mean, understand? I promise you, that's how it is. You have to understand to know yourself before you do anything. I promise you, it's the only solution of life. I promise you, if you ever need a solution, you have it in books. I promise you, every single day you can learn books today. You can go and do something in books, and then you can focus upon that every single day to go and lift people. I promise you, when you lift people every single day, you understand why I do what I do. I do what I do every single day because I understand how to really give you the content. I have the content I need every single day to give you so that I can go and grow myself. I have to grow myself in different ways. I have to make sure I'm persuading every single day to become the best version of myself daily because that's what I believe in. I believe in a better way of life, but I understand the word I today. I understand every single day I'm very strong about my life, but as long as I'm strong, I understand I can never get skin cancer as long as my eye is in place. I promise you now, that's a nice, beautiful healing method. So if you're standing in the sun all day long without a shirt on, you can never ever get skin cancer because that's what you talk about. Understand? Or else you only ever get skin cancer when you say that you have skin cancer. You never have skin cancer. Or else, I mean, how can you have skin cancer in the word I? Or else now you're actually healing yourself. So understand that what's amazing is you can overcome any kind of disease you ever want because there is no disease other than what's outside. I mean, guess what? Or is that what's amazing is there is no disease in life. You understand? I promise you there is no disease in this lifetime and there's no vaccine that can help you. I promise you that what's amazing is there's no drug on the planet that can help you except yourself. You are only alive today because of you. I mean, there's nobody else that's actually helping you other than yourself today. I promise you that's it. I promise you you're the only one that's living right now. You're the only one. I promise you there's nobody else here except you. I mean, you understand? Because understand that. I promise you that what's amazing is I am you. You understand? You are I. I promise you everybody's I today. I promise you there's only one God. You understand? I promise you there's only one universe. You understand? I promise you now, out of one universe and out of one God, or as many gods can happen. You understand? But there's one eternal God. You understand? I promise you everything's together. You understand? Otherwise, that we're all puzzles in the biggest puzzle of life. You understand? So every single day, focus upon making sure that your puzzle is better than all other puzzles through the giving of information. Whereas when you give everything of Christ, Jesus, in terms of life, and then you focus upon giving the Bible and you focus upon giving the dictionary and all those words and you connect them together, you understand the wisdom of life. You understand the word I, and just know the word I, because it's unlimited about what you can speak about in this lifetime. But just know the word I, and then you understand why you have the best life. I promise you, if you want to have anything in life, you understand the word I, and then you lift yourself into greatness every single day and focus upon understanding that you can do anything you set your mind to today. I promise you, if it's just you understand? I promise you, if it's just you, you can do it. I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding every single day that there's always much more to do today than ever before. But focus upon understanding your communicational skills can talk. You can talk here for decades. I never have to stop talking this. You understand? I promise you, I talk all day long. And how do I do that? I just keep being much more interesting with myself. I keep talking to myself all day long. And that's how I can do a 2-hour video every single day. I can do a 3-hour video every single day. I can do a 4-hour video every single day because I just talk up. I just talk up. I just talk and talk and talk. Understand? I just keep myself interested. I keep myself curious about what I say. Understand? I go back into my communicational skills and I find something to say from the words that I give you. I make up a sentence from different various actions that I give you, and then I make sure those actions help you, and then I understand to connect the words together, and I understand then I give you the ideas, and then from that point I make sure I'm always leading you. You understand? I have to lead you in different ways. I have to look at the nice beautiful tones of my life, and then I have to self-reflect upon my life, and then once I do that, I focus upon being excellence, and then I focus upon just making sure that I'm always self-reflecting my words. Otherwise, when I self-reflect my words, I give you those words. I give you the words because then I change the hand that I hold the microphone on, and I focus on my other body structure. You understand? I focus upon different ways of communication because that's what's important. So what's amazing is understand that no matter what you're doing, that if you're in the sun, you can be in the sun all day long as long as you're communicating your word I. I promise you can do anything in this lifetime. You can jump in the volcano and never die. I promise you can do anything. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is understand that anything that you say to life shall become. I mean, understand? Otherwise, if you go into the volcano and you say, I can step on the volcano and I can swim in it and I'll never die. I promise you, it comes to life. I promise you that your words will breathe the actions. I promise you now, physically, I promise you now, if you go into the physical world today, you understand this is the physical world. I promise you, although, you must understand that if you do it in the physical world, you can actually pass away. Otherwise, now, guess what? Otherwise, it's honest. I mean, guess what? Although, the words alone, I realize I'm in a volcano now. I'm swimming in a volcano. I mean, do you see me? I'm swimming in a volcano. I can do it. I can swim in the volcano because I say it. I mean, isn't that beautiful? But if I go right now, physically there, and I jump in a volcano, physically, I then may pass away. Understand? I actually understand that the volcano will burn me. Physically, I promise you, yeah. I promise you, although, guess what? I've already understood much more of life than all people. You understand? Because I understand that no matter what, I know my I. You understand? I promise you, although, you can speak it. You can speak mountains. You can say, hey, I want you to remove the rock. I promise you that rock is gone now. I mean, how? I said so. I promise you that's how powerful communication is. I promise you, although, I can chuck rocks at you right now. I'm chucking rocks at you. I mean, do you feel it? I mean, I'll throw these bullets at you. I mean, guess what? I'll throw the plane at you. I'll throw everything of Jesus Christ at you. You understand? Because guess what? I've already done it. You understand? I've said it. You understand? I'll shoot you in a way that you understand that I love you. You understand? I promise you, although, you must understand that you can say anything in words. I promise you, words never hurt you, but that's where we're going. Otherwise, we can fight dinosaurs with our words. I mean, let's fight it. I mean, let's fight the dinosaur T-Rex. I mean, what are you going to do, man? I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, get over there, man. I mean, understand? I mean, guess what? I love you anyway. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, focus upon understanding that you go back to the I. But never be afraid of T-Rex. I mean, never be afraid of anybody. I mean, you guys are criminals. I mean, what are you doing over here, man? I mean, why? I mean, why do you want to look like Nelly for? I mean, why do you want to look like 50 Cent for? I mean, come on, man. I mean, understand? I understand that you have a certain way of living, but guess what? I mean, come on. I mean, let 50 Cent look like 50 Cent. You understand? Or every single day, I mean, focus upon understanding that every single day, you focus upon looking like how you want to look like. You look the best way possible. You understand? But anything that you want to say in words, you can achieve it. But if you want to do it physically, I promise you there's a big difference between physicality and spirituality. Now, you can say, I can lift this whole world. I can go and do chin-ups as much as possible. I have no limits. I can get my best body. I can get the best body. I have the best body right now. I've already spoken it. I have the best body I've ever had. I mean, you're different. You have a different body. I mean, your best version is different to my best version, man. I mean, you may look like Hercules. You may be your best version. But then I may look like Jesus Christ in terms of my muscles. But I have my best version too. But guess what? I realize a woman will go to the Arnold Schwarzenegger over the Jesus Christ. You understand? I mean, why? Because they love a big, tough man with muscles. You understand? I mean, they choose Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles over Jesus Christ muscles. I mean, come on. I mean, every single day you must focus upon understanding that's the woman in life. I promise you, although what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that anything that you want, you can achieve it. I promise you, every single day focus upon understanding that anything that goes for you is for you. I promise you, every single day focus upon understanding that, focus upon understanding that communicational skills is something that you can always dwell into. You can always dwell into the communication of life. But if you're trying to do chin-ups physically, I promise you that's different. I promise you that's hard work. I promise you it's very hard work in terms of walking with your wife 10 kilometers every single day. I promise you that's a waste of time. I promise you it's the biggest waste of time to walk 10 kilometers somewhere. You understand? But guess what? I promise you now, guess what? I realize that what's even better is walk spiritually 10 kilometers with your wife rather than physically. You understand? I mean, guess what? Or is that your wife may be a husband. You understand? Or is that you may be gay. You understand? I realize that you may call each other wives. Or I don't know what you're calling yourself. Or is that what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that anybody who's with you is only with you to get some ideas from you. You understand? I promise you they're only with you because you're valuable in ideas. Or is that when you have more ideas, you have more friends. You understand? I promise you it's that simple. I promise you if you want to make friends, you give them ideas only. You only give them treats in your communication, and that's it. I promise you it's very easy to get anything in this lifetime when you're giving ideas. And when you're giving information, you can achieve anything you ever want. I promise you now, physically, you have to understand that physically, being in the sun, physically, can get you skin cancer. I promise you, although, guess what? I realize that although in spirituality, never. You understand? So make sure you're taking care of your physical health. You understand? So realize there's a big difference. Otherwise, I have to get away from the sun because I understand that physically I can get myself cancer. You understand? But spiritually, I can never get myself cancer spiritually. You understand? Otherwise, if you have cancer today and if you have disease, you have to understand that spiritually you never have a disease. I mean, physically, you can get all the disease in the world physically. Yeah, you can. Otherwise, what's amazing is understand that spiritually, through communication, you can never ever get cancer. You can never get cancer spiritually. You can never get anything of a disease physically. You understand? In terms of spirituality. Whereas physicality is what gets you the disease. You understand? But spiritually is something that gives you eternal life in wisdom and glory of God and heavens and whatever you want to talk about. I mean, what do you want to achieve in your communication? You can achieve anything. I mean, you can say, hey, I'm with Jesus Christ now in eternity, and I'm looking at the nice, beautiful mountains over there, and I say storm, and boom, or as I see a storm over there. You understand? Or as me and Jesus Christ are standing on the top of the mountain with 2 white horses, and we're looking on the nice, beautiful, broad range of the sea over there, in the calandrel of the space of galaxy over there, and I understand either way that I see a nice, beautiful horizon. I look at Jesus Christ, I understand he's wearing a nice, beautiful white coat. I understand either way that we're just looking to understand that no matter what we're doing, that we're just having the best time of our life because we can see all the way down. You understand? That's that. I promise you, I can see the actual image. I'm there already. I promise you, that's already done. You understand? I spoke it already. I promise you now, if you want to be with Jesus Christ, you speak like that. I promise you, if you want to be with somebody, I promise you, if you want to be with a woman, you just go, I see her, I understand she's just with me right now. Or her name can be whatever you want it to be. Or now you speak her name out, you can say Tina Chupic, or as I realize that she's with me. I understand either way. I mean, she's right here with me, but she's on the floor and she's looking at me and she's really, really feisty, isn't she? Or as I can see her face, but she's really, really destined for something, or else she really wants it, or else she really wants to understand me. I understand either way. I can see the actual image. I can see the image right there. I mean, it's a funny scenario. I mean, I have bricks over here. You understand? Or else it's broad daylight. I'm not sure although I can see the image. You understand? I mean, why her? I mean, guess what? Or else it's just a name, or it's just a random name. You understand? Or else every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, you can communicate your dreams and fantasies just like that. When I start speaking like that, I have an actual image. I just created a nice, beautiful image of that. And that's what Albert Einstein says, that the imagination is the key to your success. You can be with anybody in your nice, beautiful fantasy. You understand? You can have fantasies about anything you ever want. You can speak it. You can speak it. You can say, you have 2 women on me. You can say whatever. You understand? You can have anything you ever want. But understand that what's amazing, you can say anything in your fantasy. You understand? And then guess what? Or else that images come into your life. And then those images are so fulfilling. You understand? You can be with the best woman in the world. You can be with anybody you want. You can be lying down on the bed and your mother or grandfather or somebody passed away in your life. You can say, hey, I'm with you right here. I'm speaking with you right here. How are you today? You can give a conversation with them. You can understand what they're going to say. You understand? Unfortunately, that's amazing, isn't it? So guess what? Or else the communication speaks loud. You understand? But physically, or else now, if your parents pass away from this lifetime physically, or else they'll never be here physically, but they'll be here spiritually always for you. Everything is here spiritually for you. You understand? I promise you, every single day, focus upon understanding that the dinosaurs are here. The dinosaurs are still here physically in terms of the bones, but they're here spiritually. I realize the dinosaurs are here spiritually as well. You understand? Or else now, every single day, you must focus upon understanding to speak about dinosaurs and how you're actually packing a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You understand? And then you'll focus upon understanding how that looks like in your imagination. You understand? Of course, you can speak it all out. Understand? So that's the amazing gift that you have. But focus upon understanding that physically, you must understand, physically is something different. Of course, now, you can say that you can do 50,000 chin-ups in 1 second. You can. Of course, you said it. You can do it. Understand? Because you said it, you can do it. But now, physically, or else if you try to do it, you may be able to do 1 or 2. You understand? You understand? So, guess what? Or else the difference is, physicality and spirituality is different. You understand? But the real physicality of life is spiritual. You understand? I promise you now, physicality has a limit. You understand? In terms of the physical aspects. But the physicality of spirituality is unlimiting. You can say anything in spirituality. You understand? I promise you, every single day, focus upon something that's inside, and that's the spiritual world. Because when you're doing everything less physically, then you're actually more spiritual. So focus upon doing something that's more spiritual. I'm doing spiritual work here. I promise you, forklift drivers who go to a warehouse to try to unpack something from the top shelf, I promise you, that's physical work. You understand? I promise you, that's hard work. You understand? I promise you, this is easy work. I promise you, this is spiritual work. I promise you, this is something eternity. I promise you, forklift drivers who go to a warehouse to do all that, in terms of drive the forklift, I promise you, that's just for the moment. That's never to help you. I promise you, this is to help you. This is standing the test of time. You understand? What's amazing is focus upon understanding that your health is your greatest asset. So understand that either way, focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, that you always never worry about anything. But if you understand that if you're really strong about what you're doing, focus on understanding that you're going to really suss everything out. But anything can happen physically. You must understand that anybody who, let's say, is very healthy can get skin cancer because of some stupid reason. You understand? In terms of physicality. They never smoke cigarettes in their lifetime and they get cancer. It's happened before in terms of people. Understand that what's amazing is focus on understanding that you can never ever get cancer. Never be afraid to die in this world. Never be afraid, because guess what? Or else what's amazing is you can be spiritual. You can be spiritual in this lifetime. You can go and grow yourself spiritually. Or else now, guess what? You never be afraid of the volcano. Just jump in it. You understand? Because you can jump in it through communication. Or else, although, if somebody pushes you into an actual volcano physically, never be afraid, because you understand that you're the spiritual aspect of life. Yes, you may feel burning sensations. You may feel burning sensations in a volcano, physically. But guess what? You never ever go jump physically into a volcano. Understand? Or now, guess what? Or if somebody's told you to go jump off a bridge, you say, I'm jumping on the bridge now, I'm jumping off the bridge. I just jumped off the bridge. There you go. Are you happy? There you go. I just jumped off the bridge. Which bridge? I say Harbour Bridge. I just went and jumped off. You understand? I'm very sure there. I said it already. What's amazing is understand that no matter what, now you're fulfilling people's intent. You understand? Be funny like that. Focus on understanding that every single day you lift yourself up and never be afraid for anything. Guess what? Or else that this life is never a disappointment unless you make it so. So focus upon understanding how you can actually communicate better for yourself, and focus upon understanding why you must love yourself. Take care of yourself and your skin, and take care of yourself and your life, and make sure that health is the number one aspect of your life, because that's what spirituality is. And understanding that it's never the physical muscles that you have, it's never how big your physicality is. It's more how big is your spirituality. How much words have you given in this lifetime to help people? That's what it's about. It's never about the muscles that you have in terms of the physical range. Who cares about that? What it's about is helping people with words. That's it. That's your only business in life. There's no other business in the world other than communication with words. What is Jesus' Bible? It's all words, isn't it? You have to do words. You have to do words if you want to be much more like Jesus Christ. You understand? But if you want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's nothing like Jesus Christ. You understand? That's physical. I realize that's the big Tarzan. You understand? With big muscles. You understand? Although we need you to be Jesus Christ's words. I promise you. That's even better, because that's something that's much more eternal. You understand? Muscles, physicality in terms of muscles fade away really quickly. Physicality fades very quickly. You may have big muscles now, but look at Arnold Schwarzenegger at age 21, or else he's very big, isn't he? But then at 70 years of age, or else he looks nothing like his body at 21. He's faded his muscles, or else his muscles faded, or else he's unable to compete with the 21-year young age that he was. Or else nobody is old in this lifetime unless you say so. Or else if you say that you're old, then you're old. I'm never old. Or else everybody's young. Although you can always be spiritually young. You never have to be old. You understand? I realize that what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding how you can actually be much more spiritual in your lifetime, and then you understand why I do what I do. You understand? Because it's the spiritual aspects of life that helps me only. I only get spiritual for one reason, and that's to help protect everything about me. You understand? I'll protect myself physically and also emotionally and spiritually and mentally. You understand? Because I never need to go where somebody is really physically abusing somebody, because I never want to physically abuse myself. So never be around physically abusing people. I realize if you never want to physically abuse yourself, I will never be around people who are physically abusing other people, because they'll physically abuse you too. That's the kind of individuals that there are in the planet. You understand? Everybody's spiritual. They can never hurt you spiritually. You understand? But what's amazing is everybody's here with you spiritually. You may have somebody in your life who was in your life before, but then went to jail because they went and shot somebody dead. But they're in jail now, but they're still with you in spirituality. You understand? Physicality, or else they're nowhere to be found in the actual physical realm. But understand that in spirituality, they're always with you. Because in the spiritual realm, they taught you something about ideas, about how they are spiritually. You understand? Or else everybody's teaching me here today spiritually something. So when 1,000 people walk by and they never say a word to me, or else they're always speaking louder than words, because the spiritual aspect I can see the spiritual aspects of life. So when you're seeing the spiritual, or else when you're seeing the spiritual aspects of life, you're focusing upon understanding that there's always something much more that you can do. But understand that either way, understand that when something's bugging you and when the sun's bugging you, you can always stop the video and you can always go and really perform your video elsewhere. Or you have to understand that no matter what, that every single day, just focus upon understanding that the nice, beautiful sun today is understanding that it's already past its way time. I promise you, every single day, just focus upon understanding that no matter what I do, I focus on a better world. I realize that's the whole point of life. I promise you, every single day, I can handle another 23 minutes of this nice, beautiful video, because I understand that what's important is understanding that from this point on, that I just get away from the sun. You understand? I promise you, it's that simple, because I understand that in the sun and doing work in the sun is also physical work. You understand? So realize that when you're standing in the sun, or else you're still standing, or else when you're still sleeping, it's still physical, aren't you? But what's amazing is understanding that it's much better to stand around for 10 hours than it is to walk 10 hours, actually physically. Or else it's much better to sleep 10 hours than to stand 10 hours. You understand? I promise you, it's that kind of physicality. So understand it's much better to sit down for 10 hours than it is to stand for 10 hours. You understand? So be doing something less physically. You understand? Be sitting much more physically than you are standing. And be standing around much more than you are walking. And be walking around much more than you are running. And be running much more than you are lifting weights. You understand? I promise you that's it. I promise you every single day focus upon understanding that if you're trying to become athletic and you're trying to go and do sports, I promise you now, you must understand that the best sport in the planet is spirituality. You understand? I promise you, it's really, really speaking the words. I promise you, that's the sport I'm in. I'm in the range of sports where I can speak at 100 years of age this way. I can speak at 100 years of age and 1,000 years of age this way because nothing's going to slow me down. I promise you. I promise you that what's amazing is understand that the more in age you get, the better you are. You understand? You are never getting older as you go and grow. You're only growing wiser through the wisdom that you're giving. You must understand that when you're giving wisdom all day long, you focus upon understanding why you actually have a better life. I promise you, those who have a better life every single day are the ones that are giving much more knowledge. You understand? But the ones that are confused about life are the ones that believe that they have the physical realm. You understand? Otherwise, they lose all confidence because they went from Arnold Schwarzenegger to somebody who never even looks like they did at 21. And they believe they lost confidence for some reason. You never lost confidence. You just grew into a different body. You understand? You never lose confidence in life. You only ever gain confidence. You only ever gain wisdom in life. You only ever gain information. You are always forever young. You understand? You're always understanding every single day that there is no mistakes in communication. I promise you, at 100 years of age, I look different from this body, but I feel younger than ever. I feel younger than ever. You understand? At 100, I feel younger at 200. You understand? I feel younger at 5,000 years of age. I'm all the age in the world. I mean, what is my age? I realize there's no limit on my age. You understand? Whereas now the physical world does have an age. I mean, do you understand? I am currently living in a 28-year young body. You understand? I mean, why does it have to be an old body for? I mean, when you're 100 years of age, I mean, you're living in a 100 years of age young body. You understand? I mean, who said that over time you get older? You never get older. You get younger. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing about age and physicality in this lifetime is understanding how to really in terms of life, how to be much better than you are. Because what's important is understanding that the more business you have is the more business that you're giving. You have to be giving knowledge about what you're doing daily. Because nobody cares about you when you're not giving knowledge. You must be giving knowledge for people to care about you. You understand? I promise you that the more knowledge you give, the better you are at helping people. You understand? I promise you, when you're not giving knowledge, then what are you doing? You must understand, you must be giving knowledge to be able to help people. I promise you, that's it. I promise you, every single day, focus upon helping people, and then you'll focus upon understanding that every single day that everybody is giving knowledge to some degree. You must be giving more knowledge than everybody else so that you can go and prosper much more than everybody else, because that's what's important. I promise you, it's important every single day to notice yourself in wisdom. I mean, be the wisdom in you. I mean, be the communication of words that you actually speak, but speak it better. I mean, you have to speak your words better. I promise you, that's what you are. You are never your physical body. You understand? You are something eternal. You understand? I promise you now, you must understand that many people fall for the trick, that they are the physical body. You are not the pain body. You must understand the pain body is what Eckhart Tolle says, which is the physical realm. You're never the physical realm, because the physical realm suffers. I feel already pain in my back for standing. I feel pain. I realize that's a pain body. You understand? Whereas pain body is suffering. You understand? Whereas now when you're really lifting weights, you feel the pain, yeah? Or it's just suffering when you do that. Or that's suffering, because what happens over time is all you're ever doing to your muscle is you're making it weaker over time. You understand? If you're building weights and you're pumping weights today, and you're walking more physically and doing much more physical work today, you get weaker physically over time. I mean, regardless of what you do. You understand? I understand that no matter what, that your body will get physically weaker over time regardless of how much body weights you're pumping. You have to understand that. You understand? Or else, although you can get your best version body now, but guess what? Or else it'll fade away very soon. You understand? Or else, although, guess what? I realize that no matter what you're doing, I mean, try to be the best version of yourself as much as you can. I mean, try to have everything the best. You understand? I promise you that's the best way. I promise you the best way is look the best physically and spiritually and emotionally and everything. I mean, why not? But what's amazing is try to understand that if you never want to look best, or else if you never want to look the best physically, you have to look the best spiritually. I promise you now, when you look the best spiritually, you also look the best physically. I mean, guess what? You only ever work on the spiritual realm. You only ever go to the spiritual realm of life Because when you go to the spiritual realm, you focus on understanding. That's how you have the physical realm as well. You have to understand, although I see many people who are physically strong, but very spiritually stupid. You understand? I see them a lot. I've actually they're Mr. Universe or Mrs. Universe, but guess what? Or else they're stupid with words. I promise you. You understand? I promise you they have no voice. You understand? Because why? Or else they're working on the physical realm much more than the spiritual realm. I work on the spiritual realm much more than the physical realm, and that's why I have a voice. Or else my muscles may look like this, but I have much better communication than your husband. I have much better communication than your sister and wife and your family. I have better communicational skills. I'm a public speaker. Do you even public speak? Guess what? You have to public speak. You have to be able to. You understand? Because it's never about the physicality of how big your muscles are. Or else it's more about spiritual dome. Or you have to understand the spiritual dome is understanding that you must go and grow your spirituality to have the best physicality. You understand? You never work on the physicality of life and then never work on your spirituality. You must understand that what's amazing is work on spirituality only, and then you also gain the physical world as well. You understand? I promise you, if you're working on spirituality first, you then gain it all, because that's the inner world. You work on your inner world only. You only work on what's inside. I promise you, I see many people working on the outside world. I promise you, they're working on their appearance. I promise you, they're working on their appearance in terms of the physical muscles and the clothing and all that. I promise you, that's less important than what's inside with communicational skills that you're giving. I promise you, it's much more likely, and it's much more that you understand that communication in terms of words is much more important than the physical realm of how big your muscles are and also the clothing you're wearing. Understand? I promise you, your looks are not important to the way that you communicate. Your communication is much better than how you look. Understand? I communicate much better than how I look. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Although I in my spiritual dome, I'm so attractive. I'm so attractive with my communication. You understand? I promise you, my communication alone is so attractive. I promise you, although I understand women want physical muscles, or else they want 2 centimeter bigger muscles, so they'll grab somebody who's less in communication than I am and less sexy in communication than I am, because they want an extra 2 muscles that's going to fade in 60 years' time. You understand? Who said that my muscles are going to be like this who said that my muscles are going to be like this all my life? Who said that? She has no patience for me, mate. You understand? She has no patience to be with me for a few years so that I can get more financially successful and more successful in my career so that then I can have the muscles and then she gets what she wants. She wants it now. She wants the gorilla, who's the best looking in terms of physicality right now. But guess what, ladies? Or else those guys already have women. You understand? I promise you, you must understand that if you want a massive man who looks very attractive with physicality, you also have to have the physicality in terms of attractiveness for that guy. You understand? But you never do it for that guy, you do it for you. You never do it for them. You never try to do anything for other people, you do it for yourself. Why am I here today? I'm here because of you, because I grow myself in my eye. You understand? I promise you, every single day you must focus upon understanding that there's always a better way. But focus on understanding that those women or men who have no patience for you are never for you. Or else that those women who want to go clubbing long term and want to be doing drugs long term, or else they want to do drugs at 80 years of age. And they want to go night clubbing at 80 years of age. Forget those women. You understand? Forget the men who do that. You understand? Because once you turn 80 years of age, you want to be focusing on public speaking everywhere. You understand? I started at 28 years of age. Who said I'm 28 years of age? I'm always unlimited. I'm unlimited in my age. Or else my age is something much more than I am every single day. So focus upon understanding why you can lift yourself right now. You can always lift yourself in anything you do. So when you're lifting yourself, you always focus upon your life and you focus upon lifting the people around you spiritually. You understand? Because every single day I focus upon understanding something I do. I focus upon my communicational skill to make sure I'm always understanding more. Because when I understand what I do daily, I understand how to communicate, I understand how to really go inside. And then once I go inside, I focus upon my life. I focus upon understanding every single day. I focus upon loving people. You guys can grab my business card over here. I understand I have a business card. Or else every single day, I focus upon loving my life. So there's always something more to say. So every single day I focus upon loving my life all the time. What's that?
Can I talk on that?
Come over here. Come and talk. I mean, what's amazing is, do you have a question? You can ask me a question over here.
Okay.
And what kind of question do you have?
Hey brother, will you put on a Christian rap with this sis here?
I mean, if she wants to do a rap,
Will you put on a Christian rap with this sis here?
I have no worries. I mean, if you want to rap, you can always rap, but you can have a conversation with me if you want.
Okay, what do you do?
I mean, I'm a life coach, so I help people spiritually and mentally and emotionally and physically. I mean, do you need
You really got me in this, Bonnie, didn't you?
I realize, I mean, do you need any help?
Okay. I am a schizophrenic, substance abusing, unbaptized bastard son of a pagan culture turned Christian woman. What do you do with me?
Or else what you do is you have to speak up more like that, but in a different way.
Okay, I am a functioning adult.
Or else now, because you're a functioning adult, you have to be much more in terms of your communication, and you have to look at the communicational aspect of your life and forget the physical dome. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at the words you're speaking.
They're the tradies, I'm not wearing them.
I promise you that what's amazing is your communicational skills must be greater. So anything that I'm saying to you with words is what you must be doing.
So what do you have to say to me with words?
Whereas now with words, I promise you that anything that you need in words is always that you can find it in yourself right now. You can find it in yourself right now. You're going to deliver something that you love to do. I promise you, although every single day I focus upon understanding that I'm just always focusing upon a better life. So when I really, really focus upon giving you something, I'm focusing upon giving you my nice, beautiful attitude. Because when I give you my attitude of something that I have every single day, I focus upon lifting people, and that's what you need to be doing.
Beautiful man Tom, my brother, also, and we are got to go and relax and de-stress.
I love it. I love it.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you very
And
much.
if I can come back later and do a song.
No worries, you can. I thank you. Otherwise, every single day I focus upon understanding that it's more about spirituality daily. So make sure you understand that it's more about the communication of words that's attractive about you. You must understand the actual communication of words that you're actually saying is so attractive about you. You must understand that is what you need to be understanding. Unfortunately, it's never about the physical dome in terms of how you look. Unfortunately, it's more about the spiritual aspect of how you look. You understand? Unfortunately, that's all beautiful. Because I understand that beautiful people never attack me. Unfortunately, beautiful people never try to stab me physically. I thank you very much. I promise you every single day, focus on understanding that there are a lot of attractive people out on the planet who, let's say, may look worse than yesterday physically, but very beautiful spiritually. You understand? I mean, inside. I mean, shine inside and that's it. I promise you that's how it goes. But I realize every single day, try to look the best physically and spiritually. I promise you that's how you do it. I promise you every single day, try to be the best version on the appearance of the outside and the inside. I promise you that's the actual personal development you need. You have to be, I'm my best version. I'm my best version right now. I promise you that's it. I just have to keep it up every single day. You understand? I promise you that's it. I promise you that no matter what I do, is understand that I am my best version. I mean, what else do you want? I'm also improving myself. You understand? I'm always improving myself and my spiritual dome and what I have. But I understand either way from now on, I never ever leave my nice beautiful business cards underneath my nice beautiful public speaking portable speaker over here, because I understand that what's important is understand that by the time I get it, I was 10 seconds past. Although I understand that either way, I'm never slow. I understand although it's physical work to lift the speaker up like this and to get the business card from the floor. You understand? Because I understand that it's windy over here. I understand when it's windy, I realize that business cards can fly around. I realize that although I understand that every single day, focus upon understanding how to promote yourself in different ways and focus upon loving your life in different ways so that you can go and really understand a different way for yourself. I promise you that's the only aspect of life that's really, really something that's much more for you. I promise you when you understand every single day why I do what I do, you understand spiritual domes is something that's spiritual, that helps you grow with information, is where you need to be. You need to be doing it. You need to be doing that information daily in front of people, and you need to understand how to do it daily so that you can grow yourself. You understand? I promise you, when you're growing yourself differently, you have to understand that no matter what, you must let people touch your nice, beautiful possessions and what you have, but understand that what's important is more in the communication of words. You understand? I promise you that somebody may look worse than yesterday physically, and they may look like they've just done drugs or something like that and have a poor image. But their words about what they're saying to you is beautiful. I mean, they can say whatever they want in their communicational skills, but speak up more. Speak up more about your communicational skills, and that's how you improve. You have to understand that when you're exercising the bicep, for example, with the dumbbells, in terms of the weights, I promise you, the more of these you do, or your bicep starts getting bigger. You understand? I promise you, it's that same training that is with communication. You understand? I promise you, spirituality is the same thing, but just making sure that you're talking more your words. You understand? I go into my nice beautiful journal and I physically type and type and type and type and type. I'm physically talking right now as well. You understand? I'm physically pushing my mouth and tongue to talk and talk and talk and talk. I'm physically standing here to make sure that I come here. I physically walk here to do this. You understand? Because I understand it's a spiritual work. You understand? I never tried to come here to just stand around without doing spiritual work. I promise you that's where drugs are. You understand? I promise you drugs are only in the physical realm. I promise you anybody who's more physical realm than spiritual realm is a drug addict. You understand? I promise you anybody who's more spiritual realm than physical realm is more Jesus Christ. You understand? I promise you if you want to be much more spiritual, you understand to let go of the drugs and let go of anybody who's a drug addict in your life. You understand? I mean, let go of them in terms of stop being around them and start hanging around with different people. And start going around the world with different people. And start going to different places that you've never been to before. Because that's something that boosts your communicational skills. Because you have to be understanding that if you want to be doing business on the go, you have to be writing it out on the go. You have to understand every single day that you can do whatever you want to do as long as you're traveling and communicating more. You have to understand that if I never done this on the road, if I never done my communicational work like this on the road, and if I never done my nice beautiful way, I promise you I've seen something jump at me. I promise you all day, I promise you either way, I promise you every single day, focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, I mean focus upon talking over something that you're afraid of, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just tickling, you know what I'm saying? So what's amazing is focus upon understanding something that loves you is something that communicates to you in words. I promise you all day, focus upon understanding to never step on animals physically. I mean, that's killing them. You understand? I mean, never try to kill anything physically. You understand? I promise you that's the best way. I promise you the best way is understanding veganism and understand either way, go veganism and try to understand to eat less food in veganism. I mean, while you're vegan, try to cut down the foods you are eating that's vegan as well. So that you can have less damage around the world. I mean, what I'm saying is eat plant food, but eat only one plant food only. I mean, eat only one type of food, and that's it. I mean, if you understand that the best way to live, or else try to live on water and beans alone. I mean, that's it. I promise you, you'll be killing less animals around the world and less plants as well. You understand? I mean, just that. I mean, try to live on beans and water, and that's it. I promise you that either way, you must understand to eat less and less throughout time. In terms of food and drink, because that way you cause less damage to the physical world. I mean, you cause less damage to the physical world around you. You understand? Although, if you're a paleo diet type of person, you still have to grow your own vegetables and then eat them. I mean, guess what? Or that's more hard work to grow your vegetables. Although, guess what? Or that growing your vegetables is never hard work. Or now, the hard work of paleo diet is that you have to grow them physically. You have to grow your vegetables physically. I mean, who wants to wait 6 months to grow one potato? You understand? I mean, come on. I mean, in that sense, so what's amazing is understand that since people are already growing all this stuff, I mean, try to eat less and less of what you grow. You understand? Although, understand that you must grow more and eat more of what you grow, but understand to eat less physically. I mean, try to drink less water physically, and try to drink less in terms of eat less food physically. You understand? Because that's what gives you the energy. You understand that it's never in the food and drink of physicality. You understand that life, in terms of what you eat out there, in terms of what you can eat, in terms of this world and food and drink, physically, I promise you that's never what gives you energy. I promise you what gives you energy is what you're giving in information. You eat that. You eat the spiritual dome. I promise you the spiritual dome is what you eat. I promise you that's the actual food. You understand? I promise you that's where you find the word I. I mean, what is the word I? I mean, that's the spiritual dome. You understand? I promise you that's something that's so strong. I mean, you can never break me. You can never break my life. You understand? I promise you all though, you must understand to never try to touch something physically. You understand? I promise you all though, you must ask for everything that you want spiritually before you even get it. I promise you, if you want sex from a woman, you say, do you want to have sex with me? I promise you, it's much easier to say it like that, and if she says yes or no, I promise you at least you get an answer. I promise you, it's much better to ask them than to try to demand it from them. Whereas now, if you're understanding that if you're trying to demand sex from somebody, you then are grabbing their head and then try to do it. And it's actually rape, you understand? For actually raping anybody in life is like me coming to grab your daughter or man and then trying to physically abuse them and physically punch them to go and have sex with them. You understand? I promise you that's never the way to go, but go and really ask for them to do everything with you. I promise you that's it. I promise you you'll get a yes or no, and that's it. I promise you that's the worst it gets. I promise you, although, realize that you must be raising your voice much more so that you can be heard. I promise you that's the physical in terms of the spiritual realm. You understand? Although the physical world, I want you to walk less physically. I want you to understand over time to walk less physically. I want you to understand that when you over time, in terms of over time, when you're living, you understand to go and eat and drink less physically and try to stand less physically throughout time. I mean, try to be indoors much more than outdoors physically. You understand? I promise you that it's much better for you to understand that as you have a young body, in terms of a young body, I mean, before age 40, I mean, try to go around the world as much as you can. And then understand that at a certain age, you're going to start getting into a physical realm where you have to start walking less and less throughout time, where you have to start traveling less and less physically, you understand? Because then what you do is you start doing more spiritual work for yourself. You must understand that I'm starting early. You understand? I'm starting early to do this. I still have the next 72 years and more to do this work. You understand? Because that's what my physicality, or as my physicality, or as we have proven already in this world, that anybody can live up to the age of Noah. You understand? Because that's the Bible. Or as the Bible says that Noah has lived already 868 years or something like that in terms of physical world. You understand? I mean, the physical world. I mean, imagine humans living up to 800 years of age today. You understand? I mean, that's Noah back then. You understand? I mean, you have to believe the Bible. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that anybody can live to that age physically as well. I mean, if Noah can do it physically, you can do it physically too. In a sense, so it's been proven already in the Bible. I mean, guess what? I realize every single day, focus upon understanding that anything that's in the Bible today is proven and scientific. You understand? I mean, it's proven. I mean, it's written. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, believe it. You understand? I mean, when it's written down, I mean, it's true. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is anything that's written down is true because it's honest. I promise you, if you write something down, you achieve it. I promise you, as soon as you achieve it, you've written it down. I promise you, as soon as you've written it down, you've achieved it. I promise you, every single day you want to achieve something, you achieve it more by talking more, and then you have a greater life. I promise you, isn't that beautiful? I promise you that what's beautiful every single day is focusing upon a better life. So when you have a better life, you focus on the nice, beautiful spirituality that you have. Because I can really tell who is who through the spiritual aspects of my life. I can really tell who to hang around with every single day by the spirituality of that individual. I can see your spiritual dome. I can see how kind you are as a human. I can really see it in your spiritual dome. You understand? I can see exactly how you are. I promise you that what's amazing is I can see when you're curious. I can see when you're nasty. I can see when to stay away from you. I can see when you're violent as well. I can see it straight away. I promise you, you just look at me at a certain way, I can already tell. You understand? I can tell if you're dangerous or not as well. You understand? I promise you that what's amazing is I focus upon understanding every single day. I do my best job to just never cause violence physically. You understand? I mean, never try to cause violence physically to anything. I mean, never try to go rip the grass, for example. I mean, why do you want to rip the grass for? I mean, let it be. I mean, pat the grass. You understand? I mean, now, if you want to pat the grass, I mean, guess what? You never have to. Or else, do I do it? Or else that I never go around patting the grass anymore. I mean, guess what? Or else what's amazing is I understand every single day I can. Or else, although I never make it my goal. You understand? But what for? I mean, why do I have to make it my goal for? Or else now, my goal, yes. Or else my goal, yes, is to stand around still. I still have to walk around. I mean, if I have to sit down on the grass, or else, yes, it's still my goal. Or else it's still my goal to be sitting on the grass somewhere. You understand? Or else that sometimes I do say, I never again will go to the netball courts. I never again will go there. I never again will go to this place because of this reason. I mean, a duck pond. I mean, I can stay away from a duck pond, for example. You understand? I mean, all the duck ponds of the world, I never have to go there ever again because I'm curious about something else. You understand? Or else, although, be curious about everything. You understand? But make sure you stay away from what you never want ever again. You understand? I promise you now, for example, when I was doing drugs, I stay away from drugs now. You understand? I mean, it's just that kind of decision. You understand? So do make sure they understand that the drugs will physically make you suffer. You understand? Because it's internal in terms of the drugs goes internal. You understand? And that drugs, in terms of those drugs, hurt you physically. Or else it poisons your emotions. Or else it poisons you physically. You understand? So the best aspect of life that you can do daily is making sure that you're doing the nice, beautiful cleansing of your soul, where you're really communicating more about making sure that you're more, you're making sure that you're much more of a leader, and making sure that you're much more appropriate with people around you, so that you can lift people only, and that way you can understand why you can actually go and do your life, and why you can actually go and see every single day why you can go and develop yourself. So that's the whole point. So focus upon understanding why you can actually lift people every single day, because it's communicational skills that get you there, and it's actually making sure every single day you focus upon a better life, and then understand that when you go and busking, for example, everywhere around the world, what you can do daily is making sure that you understand that when it's a free zone to busk, you can busk for as long as you want. But go to a public area where there's less people, and then understand that either way, that once you're really speaking, make sure that you have an umbrella or something while you're public speaking in a busking performance, because it's much better to understand to cover your skin as much as you can in the sun, so that you can continue your busking performance, because that's the only best way to make sure that you have a beautiful video with beautiful imagery where there's no shade going in your video. You understand? Or else, although you must understand that what's important is make sure that you're just less and less in the sun throughout time. You understand? That's how it is in life. I promise you, you don't have to be walking around this world physically. You never have to. But if you choose to, you can while you're young. You understand? Or else only while you're young. Or else only while you're young. But guess what? Or else that you only ever get younger throughout time. Guess what? Or else that over time, you're going to feel physically weaker. You understand? You're going to feel physically weaker, but you're going to be spiritually stronger. You understand? I'm physically always understanding that it's my spirituality that's the most important. Or else I understand that every single one of you right now can save 3 years of your life never doing physical work. Never go trying to look the best version of your physicality, but just go and really, really understand your spirituality, and just go and boost your spirituality, and then understand you'll save 3 years of suffering like that. What kind of suffering? 3 years of bicep curls. You never have to do it again. You understand? 3 years of your life just doing muscle work. Is that what you're doing for 3 years? Do you understand? 3 years. You just want to look good physically so that you can go and get saggy at 8 years of age. That's a waste of life. You understand? Although, guess what? Or else that's eventually what happens. Or else, yes, you get to enjoy the nice, beautiful prosperity of yourself having a great physical body. But that's just for you. That's because you want it. Or else now, I want you to have everything the best. You understand? Or else, although, you must understand that what's important is look the best you can. You understand? I promise you that what's more important than that is just look the best spiritually, and you have everything. You understand? Because Jesus Christ never went to the gym to be going and doing bicep curls. You understand? But spiritually, Jesus Christ spoke everything. Jesus Christ says, I already feel like Terminator 2. I already feel like everything in this world. Why do I have to go physically doing something that is just something that drains my energy? Guess what? When you're doing spiritual work much more than yesterday, you'll only increase your energy. I understand that either way, you must understand that when you're increasing energy, you just do spirituality all day long, and then understand it's the communicational skills of your life. That when you're increasing that nice, beautiful communicational tone in life, you will increase your energy.